You want to know the secret to being a really great dater?
What's that?
It's not about giving gifts or sweet compliments or sneaking under the dinner table for a Venezuelan low five. Although, doesn't hurt, right, Brooke?
I mean, I wouldn't turn it down.
Yep.
Oh, spicy.
See, the key is being prepared with a list of airtight excuses for why you couldn't make dinner that night.
Oh.
And not just the cliche, my grandma ate my homework ones.
Okay.
Because if you're really good at excuses, you can weasel your way through any relationship successfully. And one of our listeners failed miserably at his last-minute excuse for why he couldn't make it to his date. You're going to hear it and why telling the real truth wasn't an option in your brand new second date update. Next. Ugh, women.
What?
Hey.
Women,
Why are you starting like that?
women are always saying that they want a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
And then a man gives them exactly that.
Yep.
Stands them up. And suddenly,
Wait a
now
minute,
they
Jeff.
get all upset. What is it, ladies? You want a stand-up guy or don't you?
Not a stand me up guy,
There
Jeffrey.
it is. Keyword me.
Uh-huh.
You clearly don't know what you want. That's why
Okay.
You
Nick
guys
is
never
emailing
listen.
us.
Yeah.
'Cause
Obviously, Alexis.
Nick stood his date up, and
Oh
now
my God,
suddenly
Nick.
she's being all weird about it.
Oh.
Nick, we just can't win, can we, man?
Apparently not.
Oh, yeah, right.
Wow.
You're calling because you feel bad, right, Nick?
Well, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, I goofed on this one a
You
bit.
should, bro. Why'd you stand her up?
Okay, well, yeah, we'll get to why. First, tell us about this needy lady. Who is she? How did you meet her?
God, she just wants someone to actually be there when she has a date.
And pay attention to her.
But she didn't even say that.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, just show up, I think, was the requirement.
What's her name?
Sally.
Sally.
Sally
Yeah.
from the Valley.
Okay.
And how did you meet
You
Sally?
don't have to rhyme, Jeff.
We met on an app. Like, how do people meet otherwise these days?
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, every once in a while, it's like Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a different app.
No, but even when you meet people in real life, you're like, okay, now talk to me on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know?
What'd you like about Sally?
Well, I don't mean this in a shallow way, but like there was this picture she had of her in a red dress, and there's something about a girl in a red dress and the way that Sally looked in it. I was like, I need to talk to this girl.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that's shallow. I mean, that's how it's all done, right? Especially when you only have a picture really to go on.
That was nicer than I expected.
Yeah, totally.
And so-
I thought he was going to say boobs.
Yeah.
He did, but elaborately.
Those were inside of the
There you
dress
go,
that he liked so
exactly.
much. From reading your email, Nick, it sounds like you went on one date, but you stood her up on date two.
Oh my gosh, Nick.
Well, what happened on
Yeah.
date one?
Well, day one was pretty cool because we went to like an old school rap concert. I thought it was a good
fun.
choice. It'd be fun, you know.
Cool.
So
Nice.
I thought we had a great time. We actually kissed
Oh, you
while we were
did?
dancing.
Really?
So it went really well.
You had a great time the first date. Obviously, she thought so too. What did you plan for the second?
Well, we have a more traditional date. I thought, okay, well, hey, let's get a place where we could talk more. Let's do a proper date.
Yeah, that was her idea, huh?
He said, I thought. He said, I thought,
Well,
Jeffrey.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
What a gentleman. You want to talk to her. That's nice.
So you guys were going to meet at the restaurant?
Yeah, we were going to meet at the restaurant, and then I fully admit this was my fault.
Okay.
So wait.
But,
You messed up.
What happened?
so I had to go by my ex's house, and I had to pick up the cable box because I had to turn in the cable box because we're no longer together in that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I ended up spending a little more time there than expected.
No, bro.
It sounds like you were hooking up with your ex.
Yeah.
Well, truth be told, we did hook up. It was my ex. It was kind of like a farewell. We're not getting back together.
But literally, you're on the way to meet
timing.
Sally.
It's-
Yeah.
yeah.
You couldn't have done it the night before?
Yeah, for real.
I don't know what to say. I'm just being honest about it.
Brooke, does it really matter if it happened the night before? Does that make a difference to
I
you?
think it makes it better.
Okay, so
He didn't go
what's
to
the
her,
appropriate
though.
time period? Like an hour before the date would have been okay?
I
Shower.
mean, yeah. I mean, just so he can be clean and not be thinking of the last person he was
He
with.
never went, though. He never met up with her.
Yeah, it sounds like he never even met her, so he did her a favor by not showing up.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's a
Again,
gentleman move.
A
Did we-
very gentleman
Did we
move.
hear the excuse that he used? Like, what'd you say? What'd you say to Sally?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I couldn't think of something, and I told her that I took a nap, and my arms fell asleep, and I wasn't comfortable driving because my arms were still kind of asleep because I laid on them.
So dumb.
You said took a nap. I was like, that's not bad.
Why didn't
like,
you
I
just
overslept.
end there, dude?
No, because then I'd be awake and I'd have to go. And
Oh,
I
so
was,
you didn't want to go at that point.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't get that.
Because the way you said
Okay.
you felt dirty, you didn't want to
Okay.
go from one to another.
Yeah, so he went with
Yeah.
classic coma arms excuse. We've all had that. I think that was a solid choice.
And what did she reply? I mean, she's already sitting at the restaurant at that point.
Yeah.
she didn't.
Yeah, she knows it's an excuse. It's obvious you made that up.
That
Okay.
sucks.
Kind of rude that she didn't respond back to you.
Oh,
though.
she's
it's
rude.
not,
Yeah.
Jeff.
She's rude. Oh, geez, man.
Okay, so you got what you had coming to you, which is getting ghosted, and now you want us to salvage it, I'm guessing?
Okay, well, Brooke, is always saying, hey, the best way is just be honest about it.
Yes.
Like, what I got to lose at this point?
No.
Aren't you happy, Brooke?
It is true.
No.
Brooke does.
No.
Brooke does say if you have to be 100% honest with
All the
whoever you're
time.
You say
dating.
that a lot.
She doesn't need this information. This isn't going to make her feel
Oh.
better.
But I like her, and I want to continue this, and I think it's better to have, like, just start out with honesty. Hopefully she'll respect that. And, but, like, I'm leaning that way, but I'm
Okay.
open to suggestions if you guys think there's a better strategy here.
Brooke is the one that's going to guide you
I
here.
mean, I was like hooking back up with my ex when I met my husband.
Oh, the truth comes
Really?
out. Oh,
Did
my
he know that?
gosh.
I mean, he knew that my ex was coming into town at one
Oh,
point.
no.
But, like, we
Oh,
were
wow.
together.
Your marriage is a
you know.
sham, Brooke.
No, I mean, he knew, but then, like, the ex came, and I was like, he sucks. I really like this other guy better.
Brooke, we've
So
been
you
doing the
moved
show
on.
for a really long time, and I did
She
not know
never
that there was
told us
overlap
that.
with your
Yeah.
husband and your ex.
I mean, we weren't together,
Oh.
like, on either side.
Michael, are you
Yeah.
listening to this
Oh,
right now?
he was coming out of a relationship, too. You know, things are messy.
Ew.
I wanna see
So
the
a couple of
black and
cheaters
white
got
in the
together and
world.
got married?
Nobody cheated.
Oh.
Not one person cheated.
Okay, well, we'll be back with Brooke's orgy stories
Oh
and also getting a
That is
second
not
date
what it
update
is.
for Nick.
Brooke's got a lot of stories about sore arms, too.
Oh, stop it.
We're going to
You guys
do
are
it
terrible.
right after this. Hold on, Nick. We just heard an admission of guilt.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we did.
Did it?
Not from Brooke. That wasn't what I was. I mean, yeah, we did hear about some weird stuff going on there.
Sounds laughing.
She wasn't guilty.
I was talking
really
about
normal.
Very
from our
guilty.
listener Nick, who says he wants to come clean about the real reason that he didn't show up to his second date with Sally. And look, I don't feel comfortable saying this. Like, even if you want it to happen, Nick, that's going to be your choice, and it has to come from you and your mouth.
I agree.
Because we were joking a lot, so you should probably think really hard if this is honestly the best way to go about it. Because I know you were telling us you think honesty is important, but for you to admit that you blew off Sally that night to hook up with your ex one final time, you know that sounds bad, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe Brooke is right. Maybe you just say I was spending time with my ex instead of saying like I
That
bluntly
sounds like you're
hooked
trying to
up.
get back
She's
together
gonna
with
think
her.
that's what the whole relationship will be like.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think you just try to leave that part out as much as possible. Move forward. Talk about what you want to happen, not what happened.
That's good.
I mean, we never know how these calls are going to go before we make them. So, Nick, you have to pick the right time if you want to do it. But I'm not going to say it. No one in this room is going to say it. It has to come from you.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree
You
with
good
that.
with that, Nick?
We can respect
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'll just play it by ear. I'll see how the conversation goes.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
Just don't play it by your
Okay,
arms
see.
because we can't count on those bad boys.
Oh, yeah, because he said that they were dead,
Yeah,
and that's
you
why
heard
he
the first
couldn't
part. Yeah.
couldn't drive.
All right, man. We're wishing you luck. I'm wishing myself luck. We're going to make this call right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Sally?
Yes.
What's up, Sally? My name is Jeff from the radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Okay. What's up?
Hi, Sally.
Hi.
Whole show is here. We all want to talk to you about a guy that you went on a date with the other night. Well, you went on one date with him and then
Yeah.
not another date with him.
Mhm.
His name's Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't sound like a surprise to you at all.
I'm surprised that you guys are calling me about him.
Yeah.
You should know I'm not responding to him, and I'm definitely,
Right.
No.
Well, I think he understands that. He admits that he messed up by not showing up that night to dinner.
Okay, good for him.
Yeah. I mean,
That's good for
I'd
him.
be angry too. Were you already at the restaurant when he texted you that he wasn't going to make it?
Yeah, I was already sitting there.
Oh,
First of all, he didn't even call. He texted. First problem right there.
Yeah.
Second of all, you're already late. You texted me after the fact that you're already late. I'm sitting looking at this restaurant looking like an idiot. And then you text me this ridiculous
Ugh.
BS excuse about your arms falling asleep and you not being able to drive.
Yeah.
Like,
That was pretty lame.
Yeah.
I'd
You
be
didn't
I'd be
believe him,
super
huh?
mad
Well,
too.
I will say that does happen to me all the time.
Your
So
arms are
Really?
dead
No,
and
it
you
doesn't.
can't drive.
yeah, it's a
Really?
man problem.
Oh.
Really?
But that doesn't mean that Nick feels good about that. He still is very, very, very regretful of how that night played out.
so did he tell you that that was a true thing or like was that a lie? Because that's an unbelievable story.
Well,
Hmm.
I don't know what the truth is. Only Nick knows what the truth of that night is. We're just trying to help him get back in touch with you.
He did.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
mean,
good
he
job.
said he was an idiot for messing up the second date with you, and that he had a great time when you guys went to the concert the first date. And
Yeah.
I think he really saw potential of you two together.
I mean, that's why it's even more annoying because we did have such a great time. We even shared a kiss. Like, I did want to see him again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm open to hearing what he has to say, but I'm pretty just irritated.
Right.
That's understandable. We get that.
Yeah. And I mean, you have to think about this. We understand how frustrating and disappointing it must have been from your end. But from Nick's end, like, in order for him to organize this second date update, it's a lot of work to email us, to have to talk to our producers and arrange a time to come on the show and reach out to you. It shows that he really does care about you. So,
I mean, you guys can have him reach out to me. That's fine, but I'm not giving any guarantees to anything.
Okay.
Okay.
That's progress.
well, what I can actually do you one better, and instead of having him reach out after, I'll have him reach out right now.
And if his arms are
Uh-huh.
feeling okay.
If he's up for it.
So
Because he
dumb.
is on the other line and he wants to talk to you.
So he heard everything I just said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you
Unless-
could have said a lot worse things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
mean,
that
I
bad?
would have.
Unless he fell asleep on his ears and they're not working. But let's see.
Oh, no.
Stop it, Jeffrey.
You there?
He's got the tingles again.
Wow. Okay.
Hi, Sally.
Hey.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're talking.
That's
sweet.
that's a
All right.
statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, what do you even want to say to me? What do you have to say for yourself?
well, one, I want to say I'm sorry and that I know I goofed up and like, yeah, I'm the idiot here. So this one's on me.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big move.
I like you, Sally. I think we had a great time, and I wouldn't keep pursuing this if it wasn't a genuine feeling I have for you.
Okay.
And-
Nick, listen. Just stop for a second.
Mm.
Just tell me the truth. What really happened?
Good question.
There's a compliment.
Yeah. I think she's talking about the dead arms thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows,
Well,
Jeffrey.
okay,
Like,
yeah, let's start there.
Okay.
My arms didn't fall asleep that day, so that text was not accurate.
No.
Sound like-
oh,
Wow.
I bet Sally's
What
got
a
such
bomb.
a shocked face on the
Oh.
other line.
The truth.
I want to pursue this and be honest. And I was debating like telling you, but if I do get to go out with you again, I don't want to be thinking about like what happened and how I goofed up. I want to just say it in honesty.
Good.
Okay, Sally, can we
Yeah.
agree to do that? If he tells you the truth, will you guarantee you go out on another date with him?
What?
I
That is
like
not what he's saying at
I
all.
like
Sally,
that, Jen.
do
Well,
not
let's just
agree
put,
to
just
that.
put it down up front. If he
No.
tells the truth, then you give him another date.
I'll listen to what he said, and we'll go from there.
Well, Nick, this is your moment to come clean.
Now I'm nervous.
You should
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
Okay. What happened is I went to go pick up a cable box from my ex's place, and I inadvertently stayed there longer than I should have. And it was like things happened and it meant nothing. And it was like the very last time. And it didn't feel right going to dinner with you right after. And then I'm like, you know how sometimes you like when you make a mistake like that and you realize like, one, I wish I didn't do that. You know, I really like this other
Okay.
girl.
Sally,
All I can say is, wow.
Yeah.
Who does that?
What do you mean? Like who does the ex hookup part?
Actually, a lot of
Whoa,
people are
whoa. He didn't say
Yeah.
anything about hookup.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
I did.
And they hooked up. I'm not an idiot. Hello.
Yeah.
I never heard those words.
Yeah, okay, Jeff, you can
He
play
said
dumb.
he stayed there longer and that he wanted
He said
to.
he did stuff you shouldn't have.
He
Yeah.
said stuff happened. What do you think stuff is? She's not a moron.
It's one thing to have a moment of weakness and hook up. That's fine. We weren't in no committed relationship. That's not the issue.
Okay.
The
Okay.
issue is you knew you were going on a date with me. If this
Yeah.
would have happened on any other day, whatever. But you knew you were going to come see me.
Yeah.
And you still had the thought process to go and hook up with your ex.
Yeah.
I didn't go there to go hook up with her. I went there to get a cable box.
Yeah.
And
you went there
and the
knowing
hookup
you were
thing
going on a
happened. And
date, though.
here's how I was thinking. And again, obviously, bad move and my mistake. But like what I was thinking was like, oh, well, okay, I just hooked up with my ex. Now I'm going to go out to dinner with her. That seemed worse to me.
You don't get kudos for that because you knew you were going on a date before you
Yeah.
hooked up.
I
His
mean,
ex threw herself at him. What is he
it
supposed
doesn't
to
matter.
do?
I mean, I can see her side too. Like we said, you should have picked up the cable box
Yeah.
the night before. It
When
would
you
have made
s-
all the
yeah.
difference.
When you stop by your exes, you know it's like
Exactly.
99%
Whenever
chance.
anybody touches a cable box, the mood just is set.
I mean,
Is there anything he could do, Sally, to like get in your good graces again?
There's a million other idiots on those dating apps that I can talk to. I don't need to put up with this.
okay.
Out of all those other million other idiots on the dating apps, all those million other idiots probably have exes with cable boxes too, and you're just going to end up right back here in the same situation. Nick actually has gone through this entire process. You know, he's fallen on his sword just for the chance to see you one more time.
True.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And let me say this, just because there's a possibility that I'm going to run into another idiot with a cable box and an ex-girlfriend
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue to weed them out because I don't want to end up with
Yeah.
someone like that.
Wow. You're very put
I know.
together.
All right.
Sally needs to be a dating coach.
I know.
Yeah, that's good,
Wow.
Sally.
Yeah.
Impressed.
Yeah, it really didn't work out
No.
the way I was hoping.
I wouldn't put it 100% on you, Nick. I would put part of it on Brooke and her dumb 100% honesty theory.
Oh my God! Well, I told
Yeah.
him not to tell all the details, Jeffrey. That was on him.
Oh.
Well, I didn't know all the details.
Yeah, let's actually get some of those details. What really happened that night?
Yeah, next.
I've heard that good things tend to come in threes.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Three's my favorite number.
Yeah, like the Three Wise Men,
Oh.
Yes.
Three Musketeers bar,
Ooh, delicious.
Ooh, very good.
Three Times a Lady.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Well, for Brooke, she's not saying anything because for her it's 300,033 times a lady.
I gotta say, who's counting, Jeffrey?
Someone is.
Yeah.
But what if you end up being the third wheel on a date?
That's not fun.
No, it's not. But
Uh-oh.
that's exactly how one of our listeners felt when he spent a good portion of the evening watching his date dance with another man.
Yikes.
Oh my
And
god.
he admits he wished he had handled it differently that night, but now is his chance to get some redemption. We're going to do it in around 3 minutes.
Oh, there's that three again.
Okay.
Or at least after this song with your second date update.
Not a third date, though.
Yeah.
That's a
Second
okay,
date.
Okay.
Next. Should you actually listen to what people write for hobbies on their dating profiles?
Ooh, good question.
Because they all say they love hiking. And
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're out on a mountain trail face to face with a grizzly.
Oh.
And you realize you forgot your bear mace next to your 6-pack of pineapple Truly.
Oh.
And in your head, you're thinking, well, maybe they're not really into hiking.
Did you really forget the Truly as
For real?
well?
How'd that happen?
Both of
that
them.
sucks.
What was I thinking?
What's a hike if you're not drunk, Jeff?
Yeah.
And one of our listeners, Corey, picked an activity for his date based on her dating profile.
Okay.
Corey,
that's
no
smart.
matter what you ended up doing, I hope that you didn't forget to bring the bear mace.
You know, I did not. I should have. Trust me.
Oh, you should have.
Then
brought
why
your
are we
mace.
calling her back? What?
Well, not for her, but the Bears.
Okay,
There were bears?
there was some sort of danger apparently on your date.
Oh
or
my god.
someone you could have missed. First, before we get to that, tell us about the girl. What's her name?
Adrian.
Okay, and Jeff had mentioned that you designed the date around one of her hobbies or interests on her profile. What did her profile say?
Hold on for a second. Let me pull it up here. I didn't know you guys were going to ask me that.
Yeah.
So like it says, good cologne and holding hands are my kryptonite.
Oh.
Oh.
And then like she goes, I'll kick your butt on the dance floor.
Oh, cute.
Okay.
Okay.
That's aggressive, and
Yeah.
that's a threat.
Does that mean she dance better than you or literally fight you
Yeah,
in the
that's
middle
what
of the
I'm
floor?
saying,
both.
Jeff. I'm
Yeah.
worried for him.
I think it sounds fun.
So, like, I found a country bar that has dancing. You know,
Okay.
not my specialty, but I'm like, I want to impress.
That's awesome. Way to show like interest in her hobbies and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So, like, we get there. I got us some drinks. I sit at the table with my beer, and before I could even get one word in, some older dude comes and say, "Hey, will you dance with me?"
Oh, that's quick. Yeah. So is it a swing
Yeah.
situation? You line dancing or they're just out there dancing?
They have both. So they'll start out with line dancing, then they'll go to swing. So at this time, it was swing.
And that's when you
And I'm
can
just
like
like-
rotate partners and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, really, dude? I'm trying to start a date here.
Yeah.
So she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, well, you snooze, you lose." I'm like, really?
Wow.
Oh,
Oh.
dang. That hurts the
Was,
ego.
was that feisty
Yeah.
or did you take it as rude?
Oh,
Like it could
man.
I
be.
mean, nah. It was like playful, but the point is, why even say it? And then she has the audacity to get up and leave.
See, that's when you need the bear mace. Anytime a guy comes over, just hose him down.
No, the whole bar has to evacuate.
You're the hero.
So did you ever, I mean, your next move, you had to go cut in. Like that's what you do, right?
I'm glad you said that. So I go by myself. I'm dancing. Every time I go to cut in,
Wait, you're dancing by yourself?
Good.
I'm dancing by myself. It
Have
is
fun,
what it
bro.
is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to cut in, but guess what?
Okay.
I turn my head. I go back. There are like 4 or 5 people away from me. I can't cut in.
Oh, you can't make it over
You're
there.
too far.
You feel like she
Or
was
like-
dancing away from you, like trying to avoid you?
I don't know if it was her, him. I don't know if it was both of them. I don't know. But to me, I think it was obvious that I was trying to cut in like 2, 3 different occasions. So eventually the music just stopped. But I'm like, are you serious right now?
Oh, man.
So wait, so the music stopped and then you guys met back up, or is she still hanging out with the dude?
Yeah. So we met back up. I didn't want to appear desperate. So I was like, nah, I'm cool. You know, let's just take a break. So
Okay,
Okay.
so
I don't know.
you didn't get to dance at all?
Yeah, I mean, we danced a little bit, but, you know, it was the tail end because I had like a long day tomorrow, like the next day, I should say.
Oh, so you even
Stay
called
out
it
real
early?
long. Yes, but the date went well. It was cool. We had good dialogue, so it was all right.
Well, I think the question is, who was the better dancer, you or the older guy who got your date first?
I'm
Uh-oh.
sure the older guy.
Really?
Yeah.
He seems like a regular. if he's
Yeah,
pulling
I mean,
her.
at those bars, like these people come and they'll come every week and they dance with everybody. And it's not a date thing. It's like just dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose cologne was better, yours or the other guy's? Because she said she was into cologne.
The older guy probably smells musty.
Yeah, he's got the expensive stuff.
I don't know. Mine was pretty good, though. I don't know.
Yeah. You never got close enough to the guy,
That's
you know?
true.
He was stealing the lady over there.
Or her. Maybe she didn't
Yeah.
get to smell your cologne
I mean,
either.
Did you enjoy the night with her at all?
Honestly, yeah, it was a good evening. I mean, it could have been a great evening, but being that I didn't have my bear mace, you know, and that incident that happened, it wasn't the best. So, you know, it was okay.
But
Okay.
your whole night wasn't ruined.
Nah, it wasn't ruined. Ruined, I should say. We hugged at the end, you know, a little kiss on the cheek, nothing real serious.
Okay.
But I mean, heck, it could have been a whole heck of a lot better.
Yeah, because you know, chemistry on the dance floor, that's a different type of chemistry. It's
Yeah.
awesome. If you can really click
And
like
that's
that.
my whole point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you been trying to contact her since then, like with texts or calls or anything?
Yeah, I reached out with one call and a couple of texts. It's been like about a week. I'm going on a week and a half now, but she's been doing the emoji stuff. You know, if I say
Oh.
something, she'll like, oh, I like it, but nothing like further in the dialogue so we can
Huh.
talk and see if we can hang out again.
Interesting.
and
Okay.
That's just like a pity reaction. It
Yeah.
sounds like.
Sad.
I mean,
That
maybe
hurts.
She thought you were ignoring her, but she was having too much fun. I don't know.
We're going to find out. We're going to give you a chance to go put on some more Minions cologne by Justin Bieber. And then when we come back, we're going to call
Oh, I wish
Adrian
that was
for
real,
you.
dude. I'd buy
Uh,
it.
it should be.
Get
We're
me
going to
called
do
Kevin.
your second date update right after this. Hold on, man. Corey's date
There we
night with
go.
Adrian had everything a first date should.
Yeah.
Cold beer,
Oh.
Yeah.
warm hugs, good dancing.
Yeah, it did.
Problem is, not all that happened with Corey. Because some
True.
other older guy at the bar, possibly a regular there, asked to dance with his date, and Corey obliged, which was probably the worst mistake of his entire dating life.
It doesn't sound like he actually had a decision in it, nor should he. have a choice.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she just
Men
ditched
shouldn't be
him.
allowed to
Yeah.
choose anything. Good point, Brooke.
I mean,
Corey-
they shouldn't be able to choose what women decide to do. Sure. Yeah, that's true.
Corey,
Jeff.
how are you feeling right now after that intro? You want to hit me?
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. And I didn't have a say so. It was like she said, I snooze, I lose. But I tell you what, though, if it was in any other circumstances, I know it would have been different.
Okay,
It
so
would have been a different outcome.
are you wishing that you didn't go dancing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I probably would have chose something different looking back now.
Yeah, what
Right.
hobby would you have chosen off of your dating profile to do?
Totally would have went indoor putt-putt golfing.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey,
Lot
that's
different.
fun too.
okay.
You-
You can't
Different
be
vibe though, yeah.
can't have a man swoop in on your date
No.
during putt-putt, can you?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little boy would come swoop in. Like,
But that's when you bust out the bear mace. You mace that boy.
Okay.
You maced
I'm
the
not
child.
done
Yeah.
with hole 17 yet, kid.
Hey, we're doing the clown mouth
Very-
hole right now.
Very aggressive to this
Yeah.
today, Jeffrey.
So maybe we'll offer that for your next date if we can get Adrian on the phone here. I'm going to dial her number and see what she has to say. Ready to do this?
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Hello,
Hey, is this Adrian?
this is she. Who's this?
Hey, Adrian, my name is Jeff from a morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah.
Hi, Adrian.
I'm just kind of confused. If you're on the radio, why are you calling me?
Well, one of our listeners asked us to call you because you went on a date with him the other night. His name's Corey.
Wait, Corey asked you to call me because we went on a date?
Well, because
On his behalf. we're
he
calling.
really liked you.
He's bummed because he's been trying to text you and you haven't really been responding back to him much.
I responded to him a little bit.
Yeah, but it sounded like a courtesy response.
Yeah,
I mean,
not like
which
before.
is fine.
You guys weren't like talking back and forth and having fun.
I mean, what'd you think of Corey?
I mean, I'm not going to like get into it, but I don't think I'm really interested. Like, I don't think it's going to work out.
When,
Aw, well,
when you guys first met up, was it like initially you knew that, or did it take a minute for you to say no?
I don't think it's a good fit. But I mean,
Okay. Like, why?
Well, so like I feel like when we met on a dating app,
Uh-huh.
and I feel like I make my dating app very clear that like I'm looking for a real man, and I don't really think they exist anymore.
What does that mean? What's your definition of a
Oh.
real man?
I'm looking for somebody that like wears good cologne and have his stuff together and will stand up for his woman, like a
Oh,
real man.
you want someone to fight for you.
Well, I mean, like, at least stand up. You know, don't let anybody say anything to the person that you're with. Like, you got to stand up for your woman.
You're
Did-
saying
did-
Corey
That's
didn't
dramatic.
do that?
Yeah, did someone insult you that night and he didn't, like, I don't get it.
That'd be bad.
All right, well, I'm just going to be honest and sort of putting this all out there.
Mhm.
So I do this thing sometimes on dates, and
Oh, it's a
I
test.
have my uncle show up, and he'll, like, come and ask to talk to me or something like that.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. Was he the older guy that we heard about?
We heard a guy came up to the table and asked you to dance.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
so
That
much
was-
less sexy. Is your
That was your
uncle?
uncle?
That was actually my uncle.
Doing it right at the country bar.
Well, yeah. Brooke's all too familiar with that move.
Yeah. Well, so the making out.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, what is he supposed to do? Like, a guy comes up and asks you to dance. You say yes. You wanted Corey to step in and be like, that's my woman.
Punch him in the face, Brooke.
Like, I don't get it.
Like a real man, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Adrian?
Well, I want someone that can like defend me and speak up and like not be afraid of confrontation. Like,
what did
I
you
don't,
need
like-
defending from, though? It sounds like the guy your uncle wanted to dance.
And
like,
you openly
what's,
said, you told him something, right? Like you snooze, you lose or something?
yeah, what's the defense?
well, I waited a second to see what he was gonna do, and he didn't do anything. He just like looked at me.
Oh, and
And
that's
so
what he
I was
said.
like,
Oh.
okay, well, and then I like jokingly said, well, you snooze, you lose. And then
Oh.
I wouldn't dance with him because he
Okay.
literally
Um,
didn't do anything. He didn't say anything. He just like looked at me.
So you want
that
I feel like
kinda
you should have
makes
gone to a
sense.
club with this test, not like a country
Yeah.
bar, because that's like normal.
In Corey's defense, he didn't do nothing. He went and danced by himself in your vicinity
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes.
He hovered.
That's something.
Oh man.
Look, if you were there, then I think you would get it. Like, he had the opportunity to step up and say, I'm here with her.
Yeah.
She's with me. We're together. Like, anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
It's not
more
something you could have
definitive.
said. You
Well-
couldn't have said I'm on a date.
Adrian, I get you didn't think he was very manly then, but how's this for a man move? Because Corey, reached out to a radio show to
Yes.
call you on his behalf and ask for him why you're not going out on another date.
Yeah, and non-directly has been hiding.
And Mr. Masculine is on the other line, wants to talk to you.
Oh, my
Just dancing
God.
by himself on the other line.
Really?
Oh.
I mean, I had no idea if that man, now that I know it's your uncle, had Willie Nelson, Rasco Flats, and Brooks and Duns in the back. I've never been there before. I mean, hell, I don't know what's going on. Little boot scoop boogie. I was nervous. I mean, that's so wrong. Chivalry's not dead with me, but come on. I'm respecting your boundaries.
Yes.
I just met you. I'm not going to be a jerk and be like, hey, that's a caveman style.
Yeah.
Really? It's not even, I'm not asking to be a caveman. I'm just looking for somebody that can step up and say to somebody, no, she's with me. Like, I don't,
Okay.
I don't need to like.
It sounds like you're not being
a.
assertive enough, Corey. You got to be more assertive when.
Hey,
That's a
I
good
tell
way
you
to put
what, under different circumstances, I have no problem with that. I was just totally respecting you from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want that. She doesn't want respect. So not
She
interested.
wants a dose of like unhealthy jealousy, it sounds like to me.
No.
But
Right. Let me tell you, this is miscommunication. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I was not going to be a creeper, come to your job, come to your house.
yeah.
I got too much respect for you. I think under different circumstances, you and I can gel. I'm willing to put forth that effort.
You have two completely different opinions on this. She wants you to step in, but if you were on a date with a girl like Brooke would think that's obnoxious. Like, dude, let me make my own decisions. Don't step in.
I think what happened, Adrian, is if you want someone to not let you, like, if you don't want to dance with other men, you needed to have told Corey as you're walking into the place, like, hey, if someone approaches me, will you just tell him that we're on a date?
Yeah,
Like, why couldn't you communicate that to him?
Because that doesn't show me who he is. Like, I'm not trying to change him. And honestly, Corey, like, if you want me to think differently, if you want me to think, okay, it was just a circumstance, like, you're going to step up somewhere else, then you need to prove it right now. You need to show me, like, how much of a man you are, because that's what I want. I want to enjoy
Oh,
it.
okay, Corey, this is your chance.
Are we going to grunt? What are we going to do?
Throw your man card down right now. 3, 2,
No more
1.
discussion on the radio. We'll talk about this between you and I. I'm good.
Yeah, he's going to find you because he already looked up your home address and your work address, but respected you enough not to go there. Now he's actually going to show up.
No.
What?
So we don't get to hear it?
Is that what she wants? Is that what you want?
I just asked him to, like, prove to me just now, and he's like, oh, yeah, another time, another place. Like, I just feel like he's all talk.
What do you want him to do?
You want him to do it right now. Corey, you got to prove yourself now.
Do what,
What's
though?
something?
What you want me to do? You want me to sing you a song? You want me to rap? What you want me to do?
Yeah, let's hear
Oh,
the
I love
manliest
that.
song you got.
Rap. We're going from country to
I
rap.
had a girl. Her name was A.
What?
Oh, she left me on the dance floor at Bay.
I don't know. It sounds like kind of a whiny song
Dude,
more
it's
than a
freestyle.
manly
I
song.
back Corey up. Come on.
That's an A for
I mean,
effort.
Adrian, look, Adrian, he's trying. He
Yeah.
clearly is trying as hard as he can here to get another date with you. Why don't you just give him one more shot and we would pay for it?
I don't know. I think, look, Corey, I think that you're a really nice guy.
Are
and
you
all,
sure?
But
You don't want to see him mace a kid at a putt-putt golf course? He would do that for you.
You already told us.
He said that.
Oh, man.
I think I'm just going to have to pass on this one.
No.
Jeffrey, you need to
man.
step up as a man and tell her what she wants
No.
right
God,
now.
there's so much masculinity in this room.
Just
Okay.
ignoring that she brings her uncle on dates, too.
Yeah.
It's
all of
Yeah,
it.
we can't really talk about that.
I don't think you really want another date, Corey.
Yeah.
I mean, not now. I mean, too bad she had to pass because Corey was trying to tap that.
Oh,
What?
you got some more raps.
Is that?
Finish
I
the
get it.
line.
Oh.
Finish the
I'm
line.
just trying to be the man that she wants me to be.
Yeah.
I just Googled how to pick the perfect first date spot.
Oh, okay.
And apparently, all you have to do is follow 3 simple guidelines. Communicate what you want,
Okay.
pick a safety word,
Oh.
soundproof the room.
What?
Hey, my kind of date. What's
For a
up,
date?
Jeff?
Oh, wait. Oops. Wait, this is a different Google search. Sorry, hold on.
Oh my God, Jeff.
Okay.
liked it.
No, wait, no, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Dating experts say for the perfect first date,
I'm still scared now. What do you have open
3
on
simple
your computer?
rules.
Okay.
Go somewhere you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that could
This
be
feels
good.
better.
Stay in your neighborhood
All right.
and
Oh,
avoid
really?
brightly lit places.
Oh, thank God. That should be a rule on every date.
Avoid brightly lit places.
You don't want them to
Yes.
see what you actually look like?
No, you want like a romantic dark lit room
Yeah.
for sure.
What? Brooke has
Yeah,
to take
candlelight.
people
Do you know how good I look under candlelight? Please.
to- Brooke is in a dark
Why are
part
you
in her
under the
neighborhood.
candlelight?
I
Shouldn't
don't
you be
know.
over the
That's a
candlelight?
good point.
Brooke's like,
Wherever the candles are, I like them.
Well, one of our listeners followed those 3 pieces of advice and thinks he's found the perfect 0 fail first date location.
Oh.
So why is he on the phone with us?
That's a good.
We're going to find out about this magical place he took his date in your brand new second date update right after this. You know, when it comes to dating, some people prefer to have a fun activity planned out,
Yeah, that's always great.
like
Sure.
axe throwing
Mhm.
or chainsaw juggling or fire swallowing.
Okay,
Oh,
we're getting a little dangerous.
That's what makes it fun.
Oh,
Other people are happy just sitting down in one spot and eating spam out of a can
Oh.
all night
Oh,
long.
I
mean,
at
I
least
love
cook it a little
Not
can
bit.
we
my people.
fry it? Like fried spam,
Yeah,
yes.
now,
But
now we're talking, Brooke.
That's a lot of work.
Okay.
But one of our listeners, Jonathan, actually falls into the first category.
Oh.
He had a fun date night activity planned out.
Oh.
So, Jonathan, I'm picturing you and some lucky lady doing some first date coal mining together.
oh,
Wow.
Am I hot or cold on that guess?
I mean, definitely closer to the hot than cold, but you know.
Oh, coal mine. Did you throw a canary down the mine just in case?
I thought it was a good first date, you know.
Okay. So, we'll get
Oh.
to the exciting date in just a second. Who's the girl that you went out with?
Danielle.
Danielle, how'd
Danielle.
you meet her?
We met online. We met on Tinder, and
Okay.
we were chatting for about 2 weeks. And then I feel like 2 weeks is that good sweet spot where you ask for that first date.
Okay. Did anything special stand out about your guys' interaction?
Well, more than an interaction, she was super beautiful. Just her picture. Like I kept going back to her pictures just to look at her
Yeah.
and like imagine me going out with her.
That's something to
I have a
admit,
feeling you
but-
didn't say a single word to her for 2 weeks. It was just looking at her photos.
No, not like that. But you know what I mean.
Right.
Got it.
When you find someone that you think is really attractive and you're excited about, it's hard to not think about
You
it.
know, it's
I
always
look-
that fine line between romantic and creepy.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
really
Yeah,
is.
we're
I
on
look
the
at
line.
Jeff's picture on the website every day.
Yeah, I look at my
okay.
picture on the website too. Don't blame you. So after 2 weeks, you were able to get her out to go to an activity. What did you decide to do together?
We went to Dave and Buster's.
Oh,
Oh,
you
the-
played
So
games. That's a
cool.
great date.
How do you
Yeah.
describe it for people that don't know? It's like an adult arcade, basically.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese for adults.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to
fun.
Take
describe
some
it.
shots, and then you take some shots with a little basketball hoop.
Yeah.
I love Dave and Buster's. I just like I geek out there. You
Wait,
know.
are you like, I'm sorry to interrupt. Are you like a regular there?
Yeah, like I don't know what you would call a regular, but I go often enough that I recognize the people that work there. How about
Okay.
that?
That's a
Yeah,
regular.
that's a regular.
Sure,
That's a
yeah.
I
regular.
feel like
Okay.
those arcade bars always have someone who looks like they've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
There's that one person that has the high score on
Yeah.
every single machine. Is
It's
that
him.
you?
I've won up Dave and Buster's shirt or two.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
You got some shirts?
So how did it go with her?
She seems to be having a good time. Like she was interacting. I started playing the car game, and I go to basketball. I always get the high score
Wait.
at least for the day.
You were just playing the games by yourself while she watched, or were you playing them together?
Together.
Well, she said she was okay watching.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What do you mean you weren't
No.
playing together?
That's a red
No.
flag.
What are
Not
you
a
saying?
checkered one.
Dude, you can play the car game. You each get in your own car and then you
Yeah.
race.
Same with basketball.
Yeah, like
Even
what?
if you crash
I
or
mean,
you
look,
suck.
we played knock hockey together.
Knock
knock
hockey?
Well,
hockey.
that's like table
Like
hockey.
air hockey?
Yeah, yeah, air hockey, yeah.
Air hockey.
Did she not play
Uh,
because she didn't want to, or because you were a little over eager and just started without her?
I don't know. I mean, she.
Uh-oh.
I was ordering us food too. I had the Creole and shrimp. which I loved there.
Okay.
And, she was complimenting me. She was like saying how good of a job I was doing.
At the games or at the eating?
Okay, well, we get that the menu at Dave & Buster's is really good and the games are really fun. Well, what about Danielle? What was she doing?
She was drinking.
Drinking.
Oh.
Okay, that's not the worst thing.
She's like on her phone a lot?
Either that or she was so bored.
Yeah.
Isn't everyone on their phone a lot in general?
That's a fair point.
Not in the middle of a day.
Wait, does that mean she was on her phone a lot?
Not the whole time.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, so those sound kind of like red flags, like she wasn't having a good time. I mean, which you may not have noticed because you love the place so much. You were in your zone.
I won her a teddy bear from the claw game.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And what was her response to that?
She smiled. She said, "Thanks so much. I like it."
Oh.
I mean, girls love stuffies, so that's a good thing.
And then I found $5 on the floor, so we kept playing a little more.
Oh, you found $5.
Hey, $5 on the floor.
Did you finally let her play on the free money?
She didn't seem that interested in playing herself.
Sounds like he wanted her to play, but she didn't want to.
But it's like, why would she agree to a date at Dave & Buster's if she wasn't into video games?
There's a bar and food, too. I mean, you don't have to play video games.
All right. Well, I mean,
interesting. How did it end?
How did it end?
yeah,
That's the question.
I think we know. How did it end?
Well, I drove her home.
Oh.
In the game or in real life?
No, in real life.
Okay.
If I drove her home that fast, she wouldn't be still alive.
Right.
Was the drive home nice? Did you feel that there were vibes going between you two?
Yeah, we were listening to music and sort of like car dancing.
That's cute.
Okay.
Car dancing.
Now, again, were you both participating in the car dancing or was it only
Maybe she's
you?
still drinking it on her phone.
No, we were both participating. I think she was a little tipsy.
Yeah.
But that's
Good
a fun,
thing you were
happy.
driving.
Yeah.
That's a fun, happy vibe to end on.
Is there any way that you could have possibly misinterpreted the car dancing as her trying to get out of the car and escape?
Yeah, she stopped and dropped and
Dude,
rolled.
come on.
Crazy.
Dude, come on.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
It's funny.
So you took her home. Was there a kiss? Did you walk her to the door?
Did you play tonsil hockey?
Yeah, I walked her to the door and I gave her a kiss on the cheek.
Okay.
Okay, that's cute.
That's good.
That is good.
And nothing since. You haven't heard from her at all, or you guys have been texting?
No, the conversation went missing in action.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, this is a classic second date. It sounds like you just missed on what you should have done, and
Right.
you just need a second chance, and the next date could go way better if you're not at an arcade.
That guy too into his video games. This is what happens.
It's classic, honestly.
Yeah, well, we've done enough of these to know that's never the case. It's probably that he didn't get enough high scores.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's not a good
something
enough
crazy
gamer.
happened.
But we're going to find out for sure. We'll come back. We'll call Danielle for you and get you your second date update right after this.
Okay.
All right, hold on. If you're just joining us, lucky you, because we're on the phone with quite the man.
Oh.
He is a superstar basketball player,
Yeah,
an
he is.
elite NASCAR race driver,
Even better, dare we say.
an evil thwarting superhero,
Ooh.
and 12-time Knocky Hockey champion.
Wow.
You'd think that he'd be named Time Magazine's Man of the Year by now, but instead he owns 3 different colored Dave & Buster's t-shirts
That's right.
because he loves it there so much that he's a VIP. In fact, that's where he took his date Danielle the other night. And it sounds like Jonathan is the one who did most of the playing.
all
And
of it, except for, wait, what did she play? He
She
calls
pl-
it knock hockey, but it's air hockey.
yeah, air
That's the
hockey.
only thing she played.
Most of the time she watched, and maybe that could have contributed to her not calling him back afterwards.
But
that
she
she was
was-
more of a fan and not a participant.
She was in a good mood on the way home. I mean,
Yeah.
he said that they car danced.
You only
It
do
is
that
true.
when you're in a good mood.
Yeah.
Some of us like to watch, and that's okay.
No. Okay. Didn't know we were getting there, Jeffrey, but I'm glad you made that statement for
Yeah.
yourself.
Jonathan, do you like to watch sometimes too?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not talking about video games.
Glad
bro.
to see someone's as enthusiastic about it as I am.
He's a positive guy.
Who doesn't like watching
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
metal rim basketball?
Okay.
Rim something, that's for sure.
You have some weird ways that you describe things.
Yeah.
Metal rim basketball.
You're my kind of guy, Jonathan.
Hey.
Let's not waste time. We're going to call Danielle.
I like rubber ball basketball myself.
Oh, now you made it weird, Brooke. Okay.
God, Brooke, what have you done?
Well, they're dialing Danielle right now. We'll see if she answers and see if she can tell us what happened. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Danielle?
This is her. Is this?
Guess what, Danielle? You're live on the radio.
What are you
doing?
No pressure.
That used to be cool back in the day.
We're bringing it back.
We're not. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is this about?
Hi,
You're
Danielle.
live on the radio with Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
I feel like you're turning this into one of those never meet your heroes type of moments if she listens.
Yeah, I'll bring it down a second here, Danielle. Everything that I said was absolutely true, but what we're doing right now is a second date update, trying to reach out on behalf of our listener named Jonathan, who you went out on a date with the other night. A hot date.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is hot date how you would describe it?
Sure.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Wait a minute. My sarcasm sensor's going on.
I don't know.
I was absolutely being sarcastic.
See, I knew it. My sensor's never broken.
Dang it.
Why? So you didn't have a good time?
So what happened was before he came to pick me up, he was like, let's go to Dave & Buster's. It's so much fun. And I'd never heard of it before.
Oh, so did you know it was like an adult arcade place?
Yeah, I looked it up and realized that it was an arcade place. So I told him maybe we should do something else.
Oh, you don't like having fun on your dates?
Oh, you didn't want to do that date.
Why not?
Oh, like it's so loud. There'll be kids running around. Like this is a first date. I'm just trying to get to know the guy.
By kids, she means people's Alexis's age.
Right.
Yeah, I can get wild at this.
You wanted something more chill, though, where you guys could focus on each other.
Yeah, so we could have an actual conversation on a first date.
So did he convince you that Dave & Buster's was a good idea?
No. I was like, surprise me. Let's do something else. And he was like, okay.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Surprise! Same idea!
Really? Is that what happened?
Original plan activated.
He picked me up. I was like, so what are we doing? And then he just drove to Dave & Buster's.
No.
Oh,
my God.
Well-
What did you say when you guys pulled into the parking lot?
I was just like, wait, isn't this the place that I looked up online that I told you I didn't want to go to? And he was just like, well, you've never been here before, so at least you should try it.
Oh.
He has a point. Sometimes you should be open to trying new things. And what do you mean no?
Same with him. Go somewhere new.
She was very specific on what her wants were for the date, and he totally disregarded her, didn't listen to her.
But sometimes you don't know what you really want until you see it.
But hold on.
It's not what we're going to do on a first date. We're not going to say you don't know what you want. I mean, were you mad?
Yeah.
Like, what were you feeling?
I was just kind of confused. I mean, he's right. Like, I've never been there. I should try it. But like you're saying, that's not what I wanted on the first date.
Well, you said you wanted him to surprise you. And what's a bigger surprise than doing the thing that you said I didn't want to do? Actually, he listened to your instructions very, very well.
I'm paraphrasing.
Oh.
I told him I wanted a chill night.
Yeah, no one chills at Dave & Buster's.
And did you have any conversation at Dave & Buster's?
I mean, I was just pretty annoyed that he didn't listen to me. Honestly, the only thing that had me staying was that he kept buying me drinks. So I didn't pass that from boredom.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay, so that's very clear why
Something
you're
nice-
not calling him back.
At least something nice did happen for you on the date.
Yeah,
and
that's courteous.
And I know you say you like surprises. Well,
Surprise.
guess who's on the other line listening and wanting to talk to you right now? Superstar Jonathan.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Hi, Danielle.
The guy you said you didn't want to talk to.
What? He's on the phone. Is he on the phone right now?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yes. I'm here in the flesh, in the audio.
In the audio.
In
The
audio
flash.
So awkward. I like it.
I thought I was going to show you a good time, and I thought, I would be bringing you out of your comfort zone. Dave & Buster's is such a fun place. And I know other people who have gone to Dave & Buster's the first time, and then they didn't like it. But then the second time, they were like, you know what? This place has grown on me.
Oh, I wouldn't keep
So you have to
pushing
go
it.
back again?
It's like a acquired taste, like coffee. You have to grow, and then eventually you'll be addicted.
Yeah, no one likes coffee the first time they have it. Kate Middleton didn't want royalties at the beginning.
What?
Wow.
Kate, like the supermodel Kate Middleton?
Wait,
Oh no, that's the one married to Prince.
yeah,
that's
wait.
different. That's
Are you
Markle.
friends with the Windsor family?
It's just my point. Kate Middleton didn't want, a life of like exposure to royalty and,
Now look at her.
all the press
Is
being
David
on her.
Buster's royalty?
Hey, they're
look at-
royalty to gamers. We look up
And
to
David
them.
Buster's is game royalty.
That's really sweet. He just compared you to Kate Middleton.
Aw.
That's a really, really kind gesture. You could be the Kate Middleton of Dave & Buster's.
Jonathan, you're a decent guy. Like, I think you're nice.
Oof, not even a good guy.
You're just a horrible listener. Like, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be that hard to understand that I don't want to do something.
Jonathan, did you not hear? Like, you were sitting on the phone when she was going over the whole thing of why she didn't want to do it, why she felt disrespected, why.
Yeah, but this is coming from a woman who's never tried the mozzarella bruschetta at Dave & Buster's.
Ooh,
I mean,
now
that
that's
actually
some
sounds
good cheese and bread.
I mean, was he right about the bruschetta? Was it as mind-blowing as he says it is?
It's Dave & Buster's. It was all right.
yeah, it's like they're not known
God.
for the food.
I hope they're not a sponsor.
I guess you are royalty.
Oh, now are you saying she's snotty now? I
I
just
know.
think, Jonathan, like a first date is a chance to get to know someone, not to go to your favorite place so that you can be there and play the games you like to play.
It's good to share your passions, but
Later
not-
on.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's part of dating. Part of dating is sharing your passions with each other. Now, Jonathan has shared his passion for Dave & Buster's. Danielle, here's a chance for you to share your passion with him.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, what do you
Take him
like?
someplace that he doesn't want to go. Where would that be?
Where do you want?
What do you say, Danielle?
I feel like if I say yes, I'm going to get in the car and he's just going to drive me there.
Like a moth to a flame.
He's like, no,
He can't stop himself.
this time Chuck E. Cheese.
I will take Dave & Buster's out of my GPS.
Oh. Like,
wow.
You still need GPS for it? Go all the time.
He knows where it is. He doesn't need to put it in anymore, I'm
So it
assuming.
means nothing to take it out of his GPS.
All right, well, sounding like it's going to be a no from you, Danielle.
I don't think I can do it.
But hey, I wouldn't
well.
chalk this up as a loss, Jonathan, because I feel like you learned a lot here.
Yeah, I learned that the mozzarella isn't as good as I thought it was.
Oh, not
That's
going to
the
order
message.
that appetizer next time.
There's a lot of people out there who've given up on the idea that true love exists.
Oh,
Yeah, looking at him.
And
sad.
I'm,
It is
look,
sad.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
After hearing Brooke describe her boring, sexless marriage, I would start to question if love is worth it too.
There's
It's
no
so
hope.
fun. I love being married.
Oh, yeah? Sorry, but tell us again about how you and your husband did macrame and fell asleep at 8 while watching Antiques Roadshow together.
Sounds amazing.
Sounds real hot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be that for 50 more years.
Today, we're going to actually reignite some hope that real love is out there and it's worth chasing. Because one of our listeners says he met a woman from across the country and it led to a crazy whirlwind weekend together. Might be the most dramatic love story that we've heard on the show so far this year.
That's amazing.
Look, even Jose is coming around on love. Look at that.
That'll never happen to me.
And
But good for
And
them.
he's so jaded.
You're going to hear what happened when we do your brand new second date update next. When you match with someone online and it's going really well, you feel like, it's clicking, there's chemistry here.
Man, I
Maybe
miss that feeling.
you start talking on the phone with them.
Yeah.
Maybe you learn each other's birthdays,
Oh.
your safe words,
Oh,
your
wow.
previous felonies.
Okay,
That's
we're learning
getting
a lot.
really-
Yeah.
It's really personal.
You start to have all these expectations building up and you wonder, could this be the one? I'll tell you this.
It's
I
the
don't
best
know
feeling.
a lot about the story here, but I do know Robert, our caller, was feeling that, and it may have caused him to say something that he now regrets.
Was it banana? Is that what they chose? Is it that what he said?
I don't know. Let's find it. Robert, what was your safe word? Is it Jumanji?
Ooh, Jumanji's a good one.
You don't even know how to answer.
Like sometimes
I'm
we
sorry,
role-play
Robert.
Jumanji, so we
Yeah,
can't
I'm
use
sorry.
that one.
If this gets too weird, we'll
so
shout
cute.
Jumanji, but welcome to the show, man.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
it sounds like you were catching feelings pretty hard for this girl that you met. What's her name?
Yeah, her name was Grace.
Grace.
Grace. Okay.
Okay.
Tell us about Grace.
So we met online. So like with the online dating stuff, and I was recently single. I've been single like maybe a year.
Okay.
And so I got back out there, but on I guess the real dating sites, like not the little ones. Like
What does that mean?
Well, just like the actual websites, not the application.
Oh, okay. You're not on an app.
Yeah,
I didn't even know you could go on the websites.
Yeah, it's like
You're like on
chemistry.com, and
Match.com.
Yeah, things like that.
Right. And you can get like ultra specific about the things that you like, dislike, etc.
Okay.
Right.
And you can set your distance parameters to be close by, or you can
Right.
Yeah, guide us through all the different settings that are available on this dating app. please.
I bet he works in IT. I bet that's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's just really blown away. No, that's
I
great.
really wanted someone that had a convertible.
What?
Wow. Very
Wait, are you
specific
being
taste.
serious or
I'm
sarcastic?
joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, he's a funny guy too. We like you,
real.
Robert.
I mean, I
Convertible
guess
within 2 miles of me.
I guess what
Alright.
you're saying is Grace checked all your boxes, right?
Exactly.
Nice.
So we met, and she lives across the country, and so we started kind of.
Oh, that makes it hard.
Oh man, that's not a box. You didn't put distance as a box there?
I'm a romantic, and I love Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh.
Okay, I forget. Honestly, I forget the premise of that.
Hence the radio show call.
Okay.
Oh, is that there's a radio
So
show?
you
Well,
ran
this
out
is
of
the
options locally and had to expand your net broader, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So we met, and we started talking, on the app, and then we exchanged phone numbers, and.
All right.
This all sounds really, really nice. But let's fast forward to like, did you guys ever actually meet up and go on a date?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Wait, in person?
in person.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh my God! So
That's a cross-country date.
dang. Did you? Who flew where?
She flew with me, and it was great. Like,
Whoa.
she had flowers for me at the airport, believe it or not.
She
Wait,
brought
what?
flowers
That's
for
cute.
Oh,
you?
man, I wonder what that's like getting flowers.
That's cute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you so nervous? Because this is a whole weekend you're going to spend, I assume, with this person,
Oh,
right?
of course. I mean, I haven't done anything like this I've never done anything like this, actually.
Okay.
Wow. How did that go? Was it?
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was awesome. And we got some awesome meals. We walked a lot, obviously, and we learned about each other's families. And, it was extremely romantic.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
Did you guys share a bedroom all weekend? Or
Bro,
did you guys
that is
sleep
an
separately?
inappropriate
I
question.
don't know the answer.
Yeah.
That is, you don't have to answer
Of course we did.
Okay.
It's not of course. I
Hey.
mean, so she felt comfortable enough with that.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, I mean, gosh, that is like whirlwind romance type of situation. What was it like the last day?
I mean, to be honest with you, it ended on like a pretty perfect note. Like, we said goodbye at the airport. We, believe it or not, exchanged I love yous.
What?
Oh.
Okay, Jumanji. I'm calling Jumanji.
Yeah.
It's way too
Wait a
early, I think, for the
minute.
L-bomb.
No, walk us through that moment.
I mean, at least both of you said it, right?
Yeah, she said it back to me. I mean, like it was involuntary.
Okay. So
like that. Oh,
I
you said
love
it
that.
first, it sounds like.
Yeah, it was like I did not have control.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
And so then she flew back to her hometown on her plane. How long has it been since that happened?
It has been about a week.
Okay.
Okay.
A week.
Have
And
you
wait,
heard?
And like, what's going on in your relationship? Are you still talking?
I asked her when she got home if she got home safe,
yeah.
and she said, and her response, I'm reading it again to you right now, is home safe, ... not interested anymore.
What?
Wait, in like a couple hours time, you went from
Yeah.
I love you kissing to
Yeah,
not interested.
And I was like, what? You're joking? And then literally no response.
This is your problem. You should not have let her get on the plane. Every movie will tell you. The second you say I love you, it's
Yeah.
like, no, you live here now.
Yeah. Why didn't you run out on the tarmac?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is heartbreaking.
That is
Yeah.
man, I'm sorry.
Well,
Oh gosh.
Is there anything that you think you might have done wrong?
I don't know. I don't claim to be a perfect human.
Right.
Of course not.
Yeah, like I was just going with my gut, and so that's what I did. And if I had done something, I would expect her to be honest with me about it.
I mean, it might not even be something that you did. It might be on her. Maybe she has another guy in her hometown.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe
or
she met a guy on the plane.
Or she, I don't know
And they're
about
like
that.
immediately, I love you now.
Yeah. She just says it to whoever.
Super clingy.
Well, I do what we do when I talk to all my friends, and they're like, maybe this is just a blessing, dude. You dodged a bullet. Maybe she's not.
That's true.
What's the
It's
bullet
fate,
though?
right?
You loved her, and now you like.
You know what? I mean, look, I said I've been single for a year. I've been like doing the work on myself, like.
Oh, that's
Good,
sweet.
man.
But here's the thing, like, you take risks and you never know what's going to happen. You know.
Okay.
It's
Hey,
true.
All right.
do you know what? We're gonna get to pay off right now.
We're going to take a risk and call her on the phone in a few
Yes.
minutes
I
here.
hope she answers.
And we'll see if she answers and
Yeah.
hopefully get some answers out of her when we do your second date update next. Well, let's do a quick recap on
Okay.
one of the more romantic stories that we've actually had on our show in a while.
I am so excited for this phone call.
Because Robert met a woman named Grace long distance over a website. They connected, had chemistry, and the other weekend she flew out to come meet him, IRL.
Yes.
And normally when these things happen, you'd think the meetup couldn't possibly match the idea in your mind about how it's
Right.
going to go.
Yeah, no
Right.
way.
Robert said it absolutely did and more.
Yeah, it surpassed the buildup, which is crazy.
He even said, I love you when he dropped Grace off at the airport, and she said it back to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is very important to the story.
But it got weird from there because since then, he's only gotten one text from her saying, home safe, not interested anymore.
Gosh.
Like right when you land, geez.
I mean, I've had bad flights before, but that must have been a really terrible, terrible flight.
He's like, look, the turbulence in between us is awful. So there's no way this will work.
You know, it could be that she just got scared, Robert. I mean, like you're in this love and then you fly all the way home and you're like, what am I doing?
Like, when am I going to see them again?
Time to
Yes,
think on the
exactly.
flight all
All I'm
about
going
it.
to end up doing is breaking my own heart. I can't do it. You know, like, do you think that could be it?
My mind's racing right now. I have literally no idea.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can give you a little bit of peace of mind. I'm praying more than any call that we've ever done before that she actually picks up and tells us some things because
Well,
Yeah.
we can call back if she doesn't. We can
Yeah.
call back.
I'm setting a one call limit to this. If she doesn't
you are?
answer, I'm giving up forever.
Okay.
No, Jeffrey, don't give up on love, buddy.
That's how love works. One chance. Okay, here we go.
For some people.
I hope she answers. Let's call Grace.
Hello?
Hi, is this Grace?
Yes.
Oh my God. Grace, my name is Jeff from Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. You're on a radio show right now.
And we're really excited to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for answering.
I'm sorry. Wait, what? What's going on?
Grace,
Yeah.
today is gonna be a day that you will remember for the rest of your life. And the question is it going to be a happy memory or a sad memory? That really depends on what you say next year because
no pressure or anything.
Sorry about him.
oh, okay. It's never mind. Sorry. It's just a regular day in your normal life.
Why?
Calling you.
Why are you calling me? I don't get it.
We're doing a segment called a second date update. And we're trying to help one of our listeners get back in touch with you after you met up with him the other weekend.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, you know. You're just about to say it.
Does she know?
I'll spell it out for you. R
Yeah.
O.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep going? B.
No, that's okay.
What if he spells his name
I've
weird?
already been in contact with him.
You what?
So I've been in contact with him, so this is
What do
it's
you
all good.
mean? With Robert?
Yes. I texted him and told him I'm not interested anymore. So.
Yeah. He got that text.
We heard about that,
Yeah.
but he's a little bit confused about why. He felt like that came out of the blue.
I mean, it literally happened. I mean, you texted that hours after you had just said, I love you.
Uh-huh.
You could understand why he would be a little confused.
Okay, let me say this since you seem to know the whole story. When he dropped me off at the airport, it was completely in my consciousness that we were probably going to have a long-term relationship, like possibly leading to marriage. Like,
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So you were feeling the exact same way he was at the
Girls like
airport.
you do exist.
Yes, I was.
So wait, what changed between saying goodbye to him at the airport and you sending him the text saying you're not interested?
Well, I'll tell you what changed. So my flight ended up getting delayed. So I'm in the airport for a couple hours waiting for us to board.
That
Okay.
sucks when they delay it super
You
late.
were so
And
frustrated.
then I'm getting a phone call, and it's him. It's Robert calling me. And I'm thinking, well, why is he calling me? Because as far as he knows, I'm in the air right now. You know?
Weird. He didn't say that he called you. He just said that he got that text message from you or he texted you.
So I pick it up, and it was obviously a butt dial.
Oh. Okay. So he's just like driving home from the airport or something.
that happens.
Yeah.
What did you hear?
I heard him talking to a woman that obviously was not his mom, not his sister, somebody that he knows maybe in a romantic way.
Why?
Oh my
Because that's how I could tell that's how he was talking to her. And it was very upsetting to me because we just said, I love you.
There has to be an explanation for this. Maybe he was watching a romantic comedy and that's what you heard in the background. You thought it was.
He's talking to the TV, bro.
I don't.
Come on.
There has to be something else going on here. And oh my God, we're getting a butt dial to the radio station right now. Let's see who's there.
Jeffrey.
Oh my God, it's Robert.
No.
Robert.
Sorry, Grace.
Hello?
I'm here.
I told you, I don't need this.
Sorry.
Grace, I'm sorry. I know this is really uncomfortable, but we need to get some answers here just so that everybody gets a little bit of peace of mind. Robert, do you know what was going on with the butt dial?
Yes.
Yeah, you were cheating.
Okay.
That was what was going on.
What was happening?
I was ending things with a previous situation.
Shut up! Get out of here!
No, that's a good thing. He was ending it.
No!
What?
No, that means that he was cheating. You're cheating.
No, it's not.
Yes, if you have a woman fly from across the country while you're still in a relationship with somebody else and haven't ended it, that is cheating.
It wasn't a relationship. It was a situationship.
Oh, give me a break.
Brooke, you had overlap between your husband when you met him in the previous relationship that you were in.
No, I never overlapped the relationships, Jeffrey. Never.
She was never official?
I met him while I was still seeing someone else, but then I broke up with that person and
That's
then
what I'm
started
talking
talking
about.
to Michael.
See,
That's what I
he's
did.
breaking it up,
You
Grace.
broke it up after the weekend. You should have broken it up before.
Grace,
Yeah.
this is your chance to talk to Robert and set things straight once and for all. We can get some answers, hopefully.
What other answers does Grace need? What answers do you
Okay,
need, Grace?
just calm down, Brooke. This isn't your relationship.
Brooke, were you the one dating Robert?
It makes me mad. It makes me mad.
Grace?
Robert, I'm really upset about this, and knowing that there was somebody else you were involved with doesn't help.
It doesn't help, but it's over, and I'm here for you.
Why did you wait?
too
Why
late,
did you
though?
wait?
Robert, you broke up with her?
No, I'll text her right now.
Oh,
Wait.
Do it, dude. What a cheating. Oh my God. Yuck.
I thought the butt dial was you breaking up.
Well, that was me. That was me initiating the
Oh,
breakup.
that was the pre-breakup.
So
to
why
the
did you
breakup.
initiate the breakup before you got on the dating website where you met Grace?
Because we never officially said that we were each other's boyfriend and girlfriend. It just kind of was like a thing.
So you wanted to see how the weekend went.
So if it was just a thing, then you don't need to even have a breakup relationship talk. Like,
Ooh,
right?
good point,
You
bro.
just ghost them. You just ghost them.
Out of respect for the other lady's feelings, I just wanted a clean break.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Clean. There's nothing clean about this. This is so messy.
Let's just get some
Correct, but
clarity.
love's messy, and I'm willing to dive into this next thing with a full, honest heart.
Oh.
That's good.
Now you got an honest heart.
So
I see.
let's just
That's
get it out in the
convenient.
open. How many people do you currently love, Robert?
Well, let him answer, actually.
In all seriousness, I meant everything that I said. I apologize for what you heard, and if I can do anything to help us out, you let me know. I'll fly there. I'll fly you here, and we can work it out. And if we can't, I understand where you're coming from. I'm not a bad guy. I had been single for a year. I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know how I feel.
I mean, he sounds pretty sincere to me. And look, sometimes
They
you
all
don't.
do, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
they
right,
all
bro.
do.
Turn off Brooke's
Official.
microphone.
Right.
Turn off her microphone. We're done with this. Okay, look, Grace, he sounds sincere. Even if he was in a relationship at the time when he met you, sometimes you don't know who you really love until you meet like that one.
Was a relationship, situationship, different.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
According to him.
He has gone to
One person
enormous
says that.
lengths to reach you and tell you that he really wants to see you again. And if you're willing to give him another shot, we'll pay for that date.
If anything, get in a room with him so you can bug his phone.
You realize we live across the country from each other,
Right.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
That's why we're going to pay for the cheapest airline available.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, I would just rather cut my losses.
There you go, Grace. Set some
It
boundaries.
is so hard to find people out there. You might regret this.
I know.
saying.
A guy just said he loved you. That's
At the same time, he was telling another woman the same thing, Jeffrey.
he was telling the other one, I don't love you.
No, he
it's
wasn't.
different.
He hasn't even fully broken up with that woman yet.
All right,
I
well,
just did it over text. It's done.
Okay.
okay.
Oh, now
Good.
Okay, and now
Now
you're
we can wipe the slate clean.
Please.
Now that he's officially broken up,
now
would
we
you like to
believe
go
him.
out on another date with him?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, text her back and say back on again, Robert.
You guys are dumb.
If you ever got stood up by someone on a date, is there anything that they could do or say to make you forgive them?
Ooh.
Like, Alexis, how much would he need to shell out? Give us a number. How many zeros?
A few thousands per minute. I've been there.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Dang,
Actually,
that was higher than I expected.
That was cheaper than I thought.
Oh, really?
But one of our listeners says he feels like a complete idiot after he accidentally was a no-show to his date night.
Oh,
He feels bad, but he says there is a good explanation for it. We're going to hear his excuse and tell him to get out his checkbook just in case. 'cause
Drain that account.
brand new second date updates coming up next. Imagine you're a guy who finally gets a date with a really great girl who's maybe a little bit out of your league.
Ooh, that's exciting.
But she tells you, yeah, sure, I'll slum it with you for just one night.
Wait, that's the words?
And
You're
then
okay with that?
on date night,
Uh-huh.
you blow it for the dumbest reason ever.
Oh, no.
That's what one of our listeners, Lou, says happened to him when he met a hottie online. So let's ask him about it. Lou, first of all, thanks for slumming it by calling a radio show. You're out of our league, so I really hope we don't blow it with you.
I don't think so.
There's a lot of tiers to keep track of here for me.
Yeah.
But I think we're always at the bottom.
We always are. So tell us, who is this lady that you met online?
Well, her name is Kelly.
Okay.
Okay.
Kelly's a hot girl name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I always think anyway. And so she works out like all the time. She's like really in shape and all that stuff.
Okay, is that something you talked to her about, or you just assumed because...
We talked a little bit about that. You know, she never eats sugar and never eats bread. And she's always strict about her diet. And I get that. I mean, I'm not quite as good.
To look amazing, those are the things that you have to sacrifice. That's why I've never been willing to do it.
Take all the fun out of your life.
Yeah. So we hung out, went out to dinner, and I even got the cauliflower appetizer. We had the sushi.
You were trying to lean into her lifestyle.
So less carbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was all in on it, and then we went over to, we went bowling over at Cosmic Bowls, and they got the neon lights and the loud music. We were having like a good time.
Those are fun.
That is good. And that's where you can order some mozzarella sticks for yourself on the side and eat them over in the bathroom where she can't see you. Tell them, hey, leave them over on stall 2.
I mean, Lou, not to insult you or anything, but you sound like a guy who likes to, get down on some good food, right?
Oh.
Well, yeah, I was definitely in the mozzarella stick neighborhood there, thinking about that kind of thing.
Okay.
Good, bro.
But the thing is, the bowling, it ends like at 11 o'clock, and I was like, I thought the date went well, and I was thinking we'd just call it a night. We were, having a good time.
Okay.
But out of nowhere, she was like, hey, what are we going to do now?
Oh,
Oh.
11.
Like,
She wants to keep
yeah,
going.
and I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's a fastball belt high. So I just said,
Fastball. Is she a little bit...
India, he's knocking it out of the park, guys.
Is that a baseball reference?
Baseball.
I thought he said belt.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, belt. That's like the perfect place to hit a
Okay.
ball.
Sweet spot.
All right.
It's a layup. It's
Are
a,
you a little bit older than Kelly?
no. I think I have a couple years on her, but not that much. But
Okay.
when girls say, what are we doing now after a date? After we're having a
After
good time, you're like,
dinner
all
and
right,
a date.
Well, I just said, you want to come over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said, okay, but she needed to get coffee first.
Good.
So we just went to one of those gas stations and got some coffee. And
gas station coffee.
Could have been Starbucks that's open 24 hours?
She suffered from heartburn the rest of the evening.
You want a Nescafe? I'll grab us a couple cans.
I mean, it's not easy to get a coffee, I guess, at 11:30 at
It
night.
is if you know the prices, yeah.
Yeah, but not all like Starbucks or whatever.
I mean, maybe that's not even a thing. Like, was she fine with that?
it's not like we're in Miami in the 80s. So you just got to figure out a place to get
Told
coffee.
you, Lou is definitely older than Kelly. I'm not. I read this right.
That's okay. No
Then we went out
judgment.
and played some pong.
We're in Miami in the 80s.
Yeah.
Drugs.
So we went back to my place, and it was like a great night. We hung out. She stayed the night.
Did you use air quotes when you say hung out? Like hung out?
This is a good, clean fun, as they say.
Okay.
Good, clean fun.
What was it like the next morning?
Even the morning was fun, and we decided we would hang out again that night.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Back to back.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
She must really like you.
I don't understand. In your email, you said that you screwed up when you met her.
Yeah,
like,
this sounds
sounds like the best date you've ever had.
Well, hang on. You got to play. The game ain't over yet. So I told her, just meet me back at my place here at 6 so we can go out.
Okay.
And, I did some stuff during the day, but I was so beat. I ended up like just sitting on a couch, and boom, I fell asleep at like 5:30.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, horrible. And I woke up at like 9:30.
Oh
no.
It was like a bunch of missed texts and calls.
Oh no, you stood her up.
By accident.
So I called her back and said, hey, I fell asleep. I can't believe it. And I haven't heard anything since.
Oh my
God.
So she was just like standing outside of your place wondering where the hell you were for who knows how long.
But yes, and I'm wrong. I admit it. But when if you fumble like that and you at least
Long
hear,
sports analogies here. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Continue, Lou.
but you got to at least come clean and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I fell asleep. Can we go out tonight, tomorrow? I'll make it up to you.
Yeah.
But I just got completely, nothing.
Yeah.
Oof. And so
Oh, man.
how long has it been since she responded to your texts or your calls?
It's been like 5 days.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, I would be angry. After 5 days, I'd probably cool off by then. But she may also be feeling like, God, he was asleep. Like, can he not, keep up?
Yeah, and if you see she's already some out of your league, super great girl, she may have just moved on to another guy already, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, you could say she was out of my league, but she wasn't out of my league that night. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
Hey.
there you go.
League
All
of their
right.
own, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we're going to do some work here. We're going to try and give you another fastball belt high when we call her.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the analogies, Jeff.
Well, I'm just going off of what he's saying.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Take
we
this
were
into
all-
overtime and get the 2-point conversion when we do your second
Happy
date
sports.
update.
All right, face off.
Oh,
right
wow.
after this.
Face off.
If you missed it, we've been talking to a super youthful, fresh and hip, bursting with energy male named Lou,
Is that why we're playing the baby music?
who fell asleep at 5:30 right in the middle of People's Court.
Uh-huh.
Didn't even get to see Judge Wapner's verdict before Lou conked out and ended up missing his date with Kelly. And what do we know about Lou so far? We know he's maybe a little older. He says by a few years.
Lou
Yeah.
is not short for Luke.
I mean, he didn't say decades, though.
No.
My spidey senses.
We're jumping to some assumptions here, but
Yeah.
he is dating a younger girl who he says is out of his league. So like I said, he fell asleep right before she was supposed to come over and they were going to hang out, and now hasn't talked to her in almost a week.
Oh my gosh.
Lou, still awake, my man?
I'm still here.
All right,
right.
Lou. All right. Are
Yo.
you feeling optimistic about this?
Well, I am, because technically you could say I kind of blew the second date because we did hang out the night before.
Right. You had a
So,
great first date. No one's
Yeah.
arguing
Yeah,
that.
listen, in my mind, I won game one. It's a 7-game series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Atta boy. Sports
All right.
references.
Yep. Okay. Did you do that many sports references when you were hanging out with her?
It's not good when in game 2 the Yankees fall asleep and don't show up to the actual
You
stadium.
get slaughtered 20-0.
Yeah, but if you throw a tough lefty game 3, you're back in it.
Oh, you're back in it. He just needs a game 3, Jeffrey.
All right, this is going to be our Rumble in the Jungle.
Oh, boxing.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
I have so many things I need to Google. I'm so confused.
We're going to reach out to Kelly and try and get you another date here, okay?
Okay, that'd be great.
I'm going to be your tough lefty today.
Ooh, got a southpaw.
All right.
Screwball.
We're going to...
Oh, he's got a screwball. I thought we were looking for a line drive.
No.
It's fine. Fastball. You wanted a fastball? Is that what we wanted?
I think we should be done with the sports
Okay.
references for the rest of this segment. Actually, for the rest of the entire show, okay? Let's call Kelly and see what she has to say. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Kelly?
Yes. Who's this, please?
Hey, Kelly, you don't have to sound so skeptical. We're a very kind morning radio show. We're nice people, most of us.
Why are you looking at me?
We're called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Okay. What's it about?
Do you ever listen?
Not really.
Okay.
Like,
That's
not to
all right.
us or just not to radio in general because it's such an outdated form of technology.
We have a podcast. It's really popular.
Yeah, I don't really listen to radio all that much.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's all right. Not to keep giving you blasts from the past, but we heard about a date that you went on about a week ago with a guy named Lou.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, you said?
Wait, what?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, God, in a good way.
Wait, are you mad at him? Because I'd be kind of mad.
Well, I don't know what he told you about it, but, I mean, it was not... I mean, the date was cool, but then, like...
Yeah,
you know what?
we heard a little bit from Lou about how at least your first date night went, and that sounded really great. With dinner and bowling.
Sushi.
Oh, he is so mad at himself that he screwed everything up.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Sounds like that second date is where everything kind of fell off the rails. Well,
Yeah,
it was
I
never
mean-
on the
I mean,
rails.
like-
He was asleep.
Asleep at the wheel.
Yeah. Sleep at the train.
Yeah, really. He's not really my normal type that I normally go out with. He's definitely a little older. And I thought that would be fun. And he was a good time. We had fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you, I mean, like the next night when you were supposed to meet him at his apartment or something and you're just standing outside? Oh my God. How long did you wait out there?
Like about 25 minutes.
That is awful.
Yeah, and it took me like 2 hours to get ready. Like
2
I
hours.
spent a lot of time and I was looking good, you know. And I'm not really, really mad. I just think if 5:30 at night, like who falls asleep at 5:30?
Oh.
Well, it sounds like you wore him out the previous day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was exhausted from the night before.
From all the good times.
Yeah, he was up so late.
That could be true. That could be true. But, you know, I was just thinking, well, maybe going out with an older guy wasn't going to be best for me because I'm a very active person, go out a lot, do a lot of stuff. I need somebody who can keep up with me.
Oh, no.
So in your life, you thought maybe trying out an older guy would be a thing for you, or was that just like a one-off situation?
Well, I mean, I felt like I was trying it out there and kind of got burned a little bit with that whole falling asleep thing. I mean, that...
That whole senior citizen lifestyle really
Yeah.
got you. I mean, you got to understand, though, like he was busy all day. I don't know. I've fallen asleep even, when I was younger, in my 20s. Like, I'd be 22 and
But that's from like day drinking.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. But I guess, like if you're starting out like with a new relationship and the possibilities, it's just, I think that requires like a little extra effort. And if it's not interesting enough to be able to stay awake, then I don't really have time
Well,
for that.
if you want some extra effort,
Oh.
then I think Lou might be your guy because he went through the effort of reaching out to a radio show to get in touch with you super, super early in the morning.
Yeah.
Which might not be the style of a young person, but it's his style, and he's on the other line right now and wants to talk to you.
Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Lou.
Oh, my God.
Hey, what's happening, Kelly? How are you?
Hi.
Hey, look.
Hi, Lou.
I thought we were having a good time. Listen, I just simply dozed off on the couch. I had a great night the night before, and
Yeah, I know. Like, you texted me all that, and I appreciate that. Like, you kind of owning it. That's cool. But I don't know. Lou, I'm just kind of rethinking maybe it's not the best fit.
Oh.
listen, you can't go by just dozing off on his, on his. You gotta, you know what? I heard the song "You Are So Beautiful" by Joe Cocker. You know that one?
Joe Cocker.
Wow.
What?
I don't know that.
That's a ancient reference there, Lou.
Didn't Alfalfa and the Little Rascals sing that?
Yeah, in the original one from the 60s. Not even the remake.
I don't know what any of this is.
It's a beautiful song, and it just basically says that you're so beautiful and you mean everything to me. And I just feel horrible that you had to wait. And I was listening in. Listen, it took you 2 hours to get ready, so you must have been excited to go out again. So just by one little fumble here, I wish you could give me another shot.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
You are so beautiful to me.
Wait.
Can't you
What's
see
happening?
me?
Went falsetto for you.
Hopeful.
Yeah.
You're everything I need.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
there's some
He's
soul
got a
in there.
nice
How long are we
actually.
going to go for?
You
Is this helping?
are so beautiful
Aw.
to me.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So Kelly.
I'll tell you, they're not playing that at the clubs nowadays.
Yeah.
Lou, do you have any Cardi B in your repertoire or something?
Yeah.
Or Kelly, doesn't Dua Lipa have a song
Oh,
about like lowering your
God.
standards for an older man?
How did that feel to you, that song?
Did it help or did it hurt?
I think I remember like hearing my grandpa singing that song.
Oh.
I'm going to go with hurt then?
Well,
That's-
I guess it's worth asking. What was your relationship with your grandpa like? Were you
no.
close with your grandpa?
Stop
It
it.
was fine.
I'm just
it
wondering.
was fine.
Okay.
Okay, he's trying to be, I think, romantic and make up for his mistake.
Look, if you can take
Yeah.
the age out of it, he is sweet. He is vulnerable. He is honest.
Unfortunately, you can't just
Yeah.
take age out of it. That's just part of life. But
Yeah.
there are positives to dating an older man, if you think about it.
There are.
I mean, that's the whole reason that you went out with him in the first place, right?
Yes, that is true.
Okay?
Plus,
Well-
I don't know a situation. Okay, I'm going to throw this out there, but some younger girls like older guys because they tend to have more money or they've been in a career longer.
Stability. We'll go with
That's
stability.
the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would Alexis
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Wisdom in the bank.
And they like to do things first class because
Yeah.
things like bad seats in an airplane hurt their backs. So that's nice.
Yeah, plus they want real oatmeal,
Yeah.
not the
And
cup oatmeal.
older men tend to like younger women because they can recognize the signs of a stroke and jump to action. So, Kelly,
Much more strength for CPR, too.
Kelly, we would like you to be that lady for Lou, and we would pay for another date if you would agree to it.
What is she, a caretaker?
Yeah.
I tell you what. Why don't we go? We'll go out for karaoke.
Oh.
Drinks. I even bought a new coffee machine just for you.
New coffee machine. Or it's for you, Lou, so you could stay up later.
I assure you, I won't fall asleep again.
Okay.
Hey, that's a good deal.
All of that to consider, and we'll give you a date on us. Kelly, what do you think?
All right. I give it another try.
Oh,
Yes.
that age is nothing but a number.
Yeah,
Lou.
shots of wheatgrass for everybody.
You got to do his ensure milkshake
Oh,
first.
yeah. We all have our favorite athletes on a team,
Oh, yeah.
our favorite characters in a TV show,
Mhm.
our favorite ball gag in the dungeon.
Wow.
And I'll admit, on this radio program, we have a list of favorite listeners who've called in for our help before.
Oh.
I mean, normally, we figure out a way to drive those people away forever. But there is one of them who keeps coming back for more, including today.
Oh.
This is going to be his fourth appearance on these
Dang.
radio airwaves.
Wow.
We call him Matt Man.
Oh, yes.
and
I
he's on
love
a
that.
mission to get action.
Oh, he sounds like Batman, but like a lot less testosterone than
Yeah.
real Batman.
Exactly.
We'll refresh your memory with your brand new second
So
date
good.
update next. It's a record-breaking fourth time this person has been on the show
What?
requesting our help.
Oh my gosh.
It's none other than the Caped Crusader of Romance.
Oh.
And when I say caped, I mean he's got his extra long jammies on this
Yeah.
morning. Matt Man is back.
All right, Batman.
Welcome back, Matt.
Hey, thanks for having me, you guys.
God, it's like we're starting to be the superheroes of your life. We're helping so much, you know?
We're not super, maybe mediocre heroes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Clearly, we're not very good at it.
Yeah.
But real quick, for those of you who have not heard of Matt Man before, he's a friend of the show. And we call him Matt Man because on one of the very first dates we ever heard from him, he went out to a movie premiere dressed as the Dark Knight. And ever since then, his legend has lived on.
Yes.
Along with his ever-active dating profile. But,
Yeah.
Matt, last time that we heard from you, I thought, tell me if I'm wrong, I thought you had a girlfriend before. Is that right?
Yeah, that one didn't really work out too well, but
Just because one ends doesn't mean it wasn't a success.
Sure.
You know, I'm sure you learned from it, grew from it.
So now we're doing another second date update, so you must have met someone new, right?
I did. Yeah, I met a girl, Jackie, on the app.
Okay. What'd you like about Jackie?
I mean, right off the bat, she was great. I mean, she looked just like her pictures.
Was that a bat pun or no?
What?
What?
Oh, right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Gotcha.
Oh, I was thinking he was going to call her Jacker, like Joker.
Yeah.
Mine was better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she looked like she said she was going to look.
I like
Great.
that your standards are
Amazing.
still very high.
She didn't lie off the get-go.
All right. What'd you end up doing with Jackie?
Well, Jackie, she wanted me to pick her up, so I decided to hop in my Matmobile.
Oh.
Nice.
All right.
What is it? What's the actual car?
It's a Hyundai.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see a Hyundai.
Just like the real Batman. Classy.
Ooh,
Very
look at the gas
economical.
mileage on that thing.
I mean, seriously.
All right. And how are you feeling heading into the date?
I was maybe a little nervous at the beginning, so I just thought,
That's normal.
so I thought I'd balance it out with some of my patented, world-famous Matman humor.
Oh.
Okay. What'd you go with? A knock-knock joke?
I started with one of the classics, the old parallel park trick.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
So I thought it would be funny if I pretended like I couldn't parallel park.
Oh.
So I asked Jackie if she could go outside and maybe spot me and like tell me if I was getting close or if I was going to hit the curb.
Okay.
And like around like the third or fourth time, I decided I'm just going to pretend to drive away. So like I drove away.
What?
Super
You left
quick.
her on the curb?
You gassed it.
Matt,
Got out of there.
There's no way she was laughing.
No.
I was only gone for like 10 seconds. But like the look of horror on her face was
I could see that. I could see how that could be a
it's
funny
more
moment.
funny for you.
Exactly what I was going to say.
And it's funny, like 6 months into a relationship.
Yeah.
It's not funny the first, like literally, you haven't even had dinner with this
And
person
it's not
yet.
even laughing funny. It's just like, oh.
Yeah.
What did
And
she
so what-
say?
She said something like, "Don't ever do that again." But I mean, that just
Too funny. She doesn't want to laugh too hard next time.
But I will say,
exactly.
if she says don't do that again, her mindset is that there could be a next time you hang out.
Hey,
I like
she's
that,
setting
Brooke.
boundaries.
Even in her anger,
So-
there's some hope there.
Okay.
This is good so far, I think. Where did you end up taking Jackie?
So I mean, I'm starting to get a little bit of dating experience. So
Yeah, you are, and confidence.
Getting
I
better
can
and better
hear it.
every time, man.
I think so. So I thought I'd step up my game, and I don't know. You guys might think I'm a noob, but I took her to sushi.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a great
She's
first date spot.
Great date.
Yeah.
So how'd that go?
It was good. I mean, there were so many good flavors. So I thought
Sushi flavors. I've never thought of them as flavors before.
Strawberry,
Fish.
banana.
It also tastes like fish.
Okay.
so.
That's-
I ordered 13 rolls.
What did you just say?
Came with an appetite.
Rolls?
Well, yeah, because I've never done sushi, so I just thought like the rolls were the
Oh
like
my
the.
God.
You thought the individual pieces was a roll, but one roll has like 6 to 8 slices.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
They had
God.
to the waiter had to bring like a whole nother table just to attach
Yeah.
it so we could have all
Oh,
this
no.
food. It was like cascading off the side, but like
I would be dying of embarrassment.
Oh,
Like,
really?
just as you're sitting there, as more and more plates keep being delivered,
Yeah.
like, it would be so
But also, I like
cringy.
a guy that I wouldn't want a guy that eats less than me, so at least
Yeah.
that solves that problem. Like,
And it's kind of baller to be like, anything you want, my lady. We'll get
Yeah.
every roll in the restaurant.
No, you just
Sure.
spent $900.
yeah.
I mean, how did sushi night end?
it was kind of a mess. We laughed about it and it was fun. Later, I asked to take a picture with her out front.
Okay.
Oh, commemorate the
Say
first
why?
date?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is
Why
that a
would
bad
you do
thing?
that on a first date with someone?
Yeah,
That's
Alexis doesn't like that.
You're having a good
apparently.
time, maybe.
It's a nice thing to take a picture with someone. Like, hey, let's remember
I
this.
think
No?
there's different
I don't think
opinions
on your
in this
first
room.
date.
Really? Okay. Maybe that was a mistake of yours, Matt.
I don't know. She let me touch her waist.
Nice,
Oh.
man.
Matt.
She posted the picture.
Oh, that's
She
good.
posted
No
the
way.
picture, you two?
Yeah, but
Okay.
she cropped me out of the photo.
Oh.
I don't think you should be insulted by that. It would be
I
weird.
think it's
Yeah.
weird. She couldn't really just take a selfie. Yeah. Like what?
She liked your
Sometimes
outfit.
good lighting, yeah.
Her outfit.
So, I mean, I'd never heard from her. Like, I thought it was a great date.
Okay, well, there has to be some sort of logical explanation for this, and we're
Yeah.
just going to ask her directly.
All right.
We'll come back and do your second date update next. We're in the middle of another second date update with friend of the show, Matt Man.
Yes, we are.
Just a quick recap if you missed the first part. Matt did a sushi date with a woman named Jackie. Gave her a little parallel parking humor before that.
God.
And then at dinner, ordered 13 different sushi rolls.
Oh,
Because
man.
he didn't know. He thought a roll meant the individual pieces of sushi.
He really needed to have done Sushi Train. Then he could have just picked one plate at a time.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That
I
would have been
still want
better.
to try that.
He tried to go fancy and go to a nice restaurant.
I can't
Fancy.
imagine the bill.
Things
Yeah.
were looking
yeah.
up at the end of the night, though, when they took a photo together in front of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And Matt, you said you touched her waist. Did she touch your grappling hook in return, or was there a kiss or any sort of sign of intimacy?
Well, a true hero keeps his belt on at all times, but I did get to touch
Oh.
her waist, and it was pretty awesome.
Okay.
Nice,
I
dude.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
rule.
You've done a lot of these, Matt. Like, what do you think went wrong? Why is she not calling you back?
I don't know. I think maybe because I didn't know about the roles and the individual pieces, maybe that
Okay.
threw her off. Maybe she thought I was trying to show off.
Like
You didn't explain it was your first time at a sushi restaurant.
No, I was just trying to be Mr. Cool.
Okay, so she's like, this
That would
guy
make
ordered
sense.
4 times the
Yeah.
rolls we need.
yeah.
I can see that.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah,
Let's-
literally.
let's just call Jackie and see if that really was the case. If she was intimidated by how many rolls you can afford in one dinner.
I mean, I still have some, so if she wants sushi,
No,
she
no,
can.
we're gonna throw those
That's a
away.
great offer.
We
I'll
are
throw
gonna
that in at the
throw
end
those away.
when we want to send you guys out on a date.
Oh
But first,
my
we got a
God.
caller. Let's do it.
Hello.
Hi, I'm looking for Jackie.
Yep, this is she.
Hey, Jackie, my name is Jeff from a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hi,
Hey.
Jackie. How are you doing?
Oh, there's lots of people. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi.
Whole show wanted to talk to you.
Oh, we love people that are happy right off the bat. That's
It's a
awesome.
breath of fresh air for us because we're doing something called a second date update. And yeah, it sounds scarier than it is. We're calling because you went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Well, I would call him a good friend of the show.
Yeah, I mean, he's honestly a VIP member of our listening audience. His name is Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt.
I like hearing you laugh about it because we heard you guys had a great sushi date the other night.
It was an experience.
Wow.
Okay, that's good. I mean, if I saw it was an experience, I'd give that a 5 stars.
That's a good thing. Like IMAX calls themselves an experience. It's better than a movie.
Wow, bigger, better.
Right?
For the most part, yeah. Some of it was a little quirky, but yeah, it was all pretty fun.
Oh, then why are you
Okay.
calling him back? He's been trying to get a hold of you. He wants to see you again.
Well, at the end of the night, okay, so he took a picture of us, which was a little different for a first date, but
Told
whatever.
you. Just saying.
Yeah.
But-
Alexis is right.
If we know anything about Matt, it's that he's a bold man. And he goes
Exactly.
for what he likes, and that he just really wanted to commemorate the night with you.
Right. And it was a really cute picture. And
Well, good.
so when I got home, I showed my roommate the picture,
Yeah.
and she was like horrified.
Why?
What?
I guess so he had one of his like hands was like, like around my waist.
Yeah, right.
And he said that he was making like a gang sign like with his hand. And
Wait,
I
what?
don't know, like
Like what? Like throwing West Side up? Was that so?
Okay, I don't know. I had no idea what it was, and I kind of thought she was kidding at first, but she like had us look it up, and I'm not gonna say like what it was, but yeah, it was a gang sign, and
No
I
way.
tried, yeah,
Like
and
a
I tried to
street
tell her,
gang?
like,
Is that what you're
Like
saying?
that,
yeah, it was like an actual street gang, like a famous street gang.
It wasn't like bunny ears.
I gotta
I
say,
mean, bunny ears feels more Matt speed.
Yeah.
Yo, Rabbit Gang, what's up?
I had no idea Matt was in a gang.
I don't
Like-
think
I don't
he
think he
is.
I don't think so.
Are you sure it couldn't have been something he did on accident that happened to be similar?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to like say to her, but she was like, no, like she was so sure, and she kind of freaked me out. So I was like, I'll just play it safe just in case. So I was just like, no thanks.
What if he's like an OG gang member? We have no idea.
That's what I'm
Matt?
saying. I just want to ask him right now because I got to let you know, Jackie, Matt is on the other line right now.
Oh no!
He comes in, yo,
What
room.
if he is in a gang? Now I'm in trouble.
No, I think you're probably good.
Matt?
Gangs don't call radio
Oh, my
stations for.
Matt, are you there?
Yeah. Oh my God. Like gang signs? Do you really think I'm a gangbanger?
It was my roommate. She freaked me out.
Do I even seriously? Like, do I look like a gangbanger? Do I sound like a
Let's
gangbanger?
not stereotype, Matt. Okay, let's not stereotype.
Matt, do you know what she's talking about? What hand signal she's talking about?
Yes. I do it all the time. Yeah.
Oh, so you did it on purpose.
Why would you do it all the time if you know it's a gang symbol, Matt?
It's not a gang symbol. It's the bat symbol, Jackie.
Like Batman? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Jackie, you might, I didn't tell you this, mostly for your safety, but.
Oh, he is in a gang. This
Wow.
is where it comes.
Wait, that's what that sounds like.
No, yeah, the gang that he's talking about is like a superhero league, that type of gang.
What, like D&D?
No, Justice League. I'm
Yeah.
a huge Batman fan. I'm part of the Bat family. It's not a gang.
Yeah.
He loves Batman.
Yeah, he's a big Batman fan.
We call him Batman.
Did you not know that?
Like comic books.
I mean, I knew that, but I know a lot of people who are like into that stuff and they don't have like weird hand symbols and like.
I do think a gang member's hotter, but personally.
It's like a sign I'm trying to make popular with my posse. Like I guess you know,
so
like my
Wait,
hands,
so
like
you're
the wing.
so you made it up?
Well, you know, I'm trying to get it started. You know, like because my hand is like the wing, and then if I move my thumb, it's kind of like the head.
Yeah,
So
I kind of like that. That way you can be out on the street and secretly know who else is a Batman fan rather than having to go up and ask
No,
them.
dude, you're gonna get
Like
shot
a
if you do
gang.
this.
Yeah, I mean, you flash it when you're walking down the street.
He's
You're
like,
like,
and then I made up this dance with my feet, and you shuffle side to side.
I
You
know.
do the symbol at the same time.
I'm with Jose on this one. You got to drop it. It's going to get you in trouble.
It may, bro.
It's already getting you in trouble, Matt.
If someone sees that in the wrong neighborhood, and not even a joke,
Yes.
you never want to have to actually defend your woman just because you're being a silly.
I mean,
or you become the coolest guy in that neighborhood.
No.
Just
no.
street cred
bow down to
instantly.
Oh my God.
I like it, but I mean, I don't want to get beat up. But
Yeah, of course.
I doubt anybody could beat up Matt, man. You're just being nice.
Who's Matt Man? Is that you?
Oh, Jeffrey.
So I didn't mean to
Oh.
ouch you there.
Yeah.
We call him Matt Man.
Well, yeah, that's my secret identity. It's blown now.
Not just all of our listeners call him Batman. He's popular.
Yeah.
He makes us laugh a lot, Jackie.
And he's a sweet guy.
Matt, you absolutely were making me laugh the whole time. I swear that's all it was.
Well, that's great. I mean, if you take out the hand signal, it sounded like you guys had a really good night together. And
I mean, yeah, minus him not really being able to parallel park.
I forgot about that.
well, actually, there's a funny story to that.
Oh, yeah.
He told me it was a joke, but I don't know. After like the fourth or fifth time, I was like, I don't know.
Maybe you drive to the next date,
Yeah.
Jackie.
Or
Maybe that's.
I think that might be best.
And we'll pay for that date if you agree to go on it.
Yeah, that's fine. All of these secrets are not gang related, and it sounds great.
Oh, that's fine.
All right.
Okay, Matt.
Congratulations, Matt Man.
One request though, if we get sushi again, please don't order so many rolls. I don't think that was necessary.
I just thought the rolls were, I mean, it's like a bread roll isn't like.
Just say yes, Matt.
Yes, Matt.
Okay.
No,
No,
okay.
it's not
Well,
okay.
all right. You know what? We're just going to call it a win.
Yeah.
Good job. 99% of the time, whenever we do these second date calls, something awkward happens during the date that somehow kills the romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is that sliver, that strange 1% of the time where the date itself goes really good. And then something happens afterward to change everything.
That one's always hard because the one person is totally clueless.
Absolutely.
You know?
And we're going to find that out today.
Really?
It happens. And to borrow a little bit from Brooke's vocabulary, good golly, is it a doozy?
What? Is that why you're playing this music? This is not music from me growing up, Jeffrey. I am not this
Why
old.
are they turning it up while she talks?
It's just natural there.
How do you have a record player in the studio just for this moment?
It's called a sonogram. Don't act like you don't know that. You're going to hear what happened after the date when we do your second date update.
I hate you.
Right after this. You know, sometimes in order to find the right person, you have to kiss a few frogs first.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And that's explains why I'm banned from the amphibian exhibit at the aquarium. But
Okay, you took it very literally.
yeah, you have heard the phrase, though. Sometimes you got to kiss a few frogs before you find your prince or your Mr. Right. Well, one of our listeners says that happened to her recently. Now she needs our help. So let's welcome to the show, Carolyn. What's up, Carolyn?
Hey. You've been sucking faiths with some reptiles, Carolyn? Amphibians,
yes.
that's what they are, huh?
Yeah, the reptile is a different.
Sorry.
Brooke's just kissing reptiles out
Yeah.
here. Fun.
Any small, slimy animal, come on over.
Kiss 14 iguanas.
Yeah. What happened? Why did you say that you were kissing frogs?
So I had a friend fix me up, and she said she had a great guy for me. She thought we'd get along great. And,
Did that work out for you?
no.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever does.
I show up at the date. First of all, looks are not everything, but
Wow.
Oh.
I walk over and I'm like, oh, this is who my friend is fixing up with. Maybe he's got this amazing person who's really funny, amazing personality.
Okay, so you weren't initially attracted to him on first sight.
I was not. But I'm trying to keep an open mind because my friend fixed me up for a reason. And then we start the date, and I kid you not, he did not say a word.
What? He was silent?
So, yeah, like I would ask questions, and it would be like one-word answers.
Was he was quiet and he listened to you? God, what a jerk.
He was not listening.
The opposite. He didn't talk at all.
He didn't talk at all. Like, didn't ask me anything about myself. I'm like asking about him. He's giving me these one-word answers. It's so uncomfortable. I've never eaten so fast in my life.
Were you like texting your friend under the table? Like, what the hell?
Well, that's rude.
No, because I was too busy shoving food in my face because I wanted to get out of there.
That's true. If I ever see a girl finish her food fast now, I'm going to be very self-confident.
Yeah, right?
She immediately asked for it to go? That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, why are you on for a second date update with a guy you didn't like?
So here's the thing. So I had that horrible date with my friend that my friend fixed me up with. And so I thought, I'm not going to let my friend or anyone else fix me up. I'm going to try this on my own because nothing can be worse than that date.
Okay. You've taken dating into your own hands now.
Yeah. So then I went to online dating because at least then I can go by, I find this person attractive, at least in their pictures.
Yeah.
So there was this guy that we'd been texting, and he seemed really cool. His name was Scott, and we were...
Scott?
Yeah, and we were having like a fun banter with the text.
Okay.
Hot Scott.
Yeah, hot Scott. I like it, Jose.
Yeah.
What'd you guys end up doing on a date?
So we went and grabbed a bite to eat, and it was honestly like the universe was like, we know you had that crappy date, and now we are giving you Scott. Like, it was magical. Like, the conversation was flowing. He was asking me questions. I was asking him questions. Like, I kept ordering more food because I didn't want the date to end.
Yeah.
Oh, the opposite.
I mean,
Well, maybe it was your third entree that turned him off.
I know.
Or maybe it was because your last date before set the bar so low for you
Oh, yeah.
that just an average to below average guy was good enough.
I mean, that's just all dating in general.
Yeah. How low can we limbo?
He asked one question, and you're like, oh my God.
I know.
What a charmer.
Marry me.
Dude, that's sweet though. I mean,
Yeah.
how did the date end for you guys?
You know, he walked me to my car. We had a sweet kiss.
Aww.
Yeah. So I was really hopeful. And now it's been over a week and I haven't heard anything.
That seems weird. If
Was
it went as well as you said. I mean, looking back on the night, was there anything that was awkward or any moment that could have stood out as something that could have been a red flag?
Okay. Maybe. But to me, it's like a little red flag.
Okay, what?
I had ordered the chicken lettuce wraps as an appetizer. And then we were there talking for so long. And then I ordered them again later, forgetting that I had ordered them before.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I know. So he might, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. But I feel like he said anything, and I tried to play it off like.
He didn't make fun of you in that moment. I would have probably made fun of you. Like, man, you love these lettuce wraps.
Yeah.
He was kind of like, you just had those. And I was like, oh. I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally did. But I'm just having so much fun. And
You forgot that like, how many things did you order in between then?
well, not a lot. But
I think the better question is how many drinks did you have between them?
That counts as an
You
ordering
forgot.
thing.
we'll just say a lot of time had passed. So to me, it wasn't weird because
It's weird, but it's not a reason not to call somebody back.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Really? The lettuce wraps would like be a no-go for you? You're like, ugh.
Yeah.
This
Too
lady's-
healthy for me.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It could be like a diet
Yeah,
thing.
like, why didn't you get a dessert or something, you know?
Honestly, it was probably adrenaline of like, oh my gosh, this guy's not a total dillweed.
Oh.
Maybe I was a little over anxious.
Yeah, or maybe you're over eager, and that could be a turn off.
But
you
he
know?
might not think that. So,
Well, he's not calling her back, so he's thinking something.
yeah, let's find out what he is thinking. I wish that we had the power to just tap into his mind, but we have to call him first.
Yeah.
So
That'd be a cool segment.
I know. Oh, we're working on that technology. Till then, we'll
Mind
just
tap.
do it the old-fashioned way with a second date update. Get it done right after this, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on. We're in the middle of your second date update with Carolyn, who, after being set up on a horrible date by her good friend, was relieved to match online with a great guy named Scott.
Hot Scott.
Hot Scott was good looking. He knew how to actually talk and ask questions. Phenomenal kisser. And now we're in the middle of your second date update with Carolyn, who, after being set up on a terrible date by her good friend, was relieved to match
Why are
online.
you saying it again?
Oh, did I say the exact same thing twice in the same segment? I only bring that up because Carolyn ordered the same appetizer twice without realizing it and thought maybe her memory could have come into question, or maybe Scott would have thought that was weird.
Or maybe her passion for lettuce wraps is just that strong.
That's what you should have said to him, Carolyn.
Right?
Yeah, that's so funny. I can't believe he hasn't called you back at all.
Oh, no.
I would just, do you feel like maybe it was too good to be true?
No. I'm being optimistic.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like that. You're holding on to
I
hope.
can't tell you how many people have come on the show and been like, the date was too good.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason for this. Let's find out. I'm going to call him right now, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Scott?
It is. Who's calling?
Good question, Scott. I heard that you were good at listening and asking questions.
Right off the bat there.
We're
huh?
proud of you, man.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you tell them who we are.
Yeah. Oh, right. We're Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Not as good as listening.
No.
We're a radio show.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm a little confused.
We want to make you the star of this segment called Second Date Update.
A
Congratulations.
second date update?
Mhm.
Yeah, have you
Yeah,
heard of
it's a
those
segment
before?
we do.
No, and honestly, I don't really have time.
Okay,
for this.
well, we'll make it
Sorry.
really fast. We'll make it really fast.
Okay.
So you went out recently with one of our listeners named Carolyn. She told us she had a great time at dinner with you, and then
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
okay,
So-
cut
Okay.
me off there. That's a little bit rude,
Yeah.
but you know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because of the time thing.
Just sorry. This is just kind of super weird.
She
to be
just really
honest.
liked
And,
you, Scott. I mean, she just really liked you, and you weren't calling her back, so she just wanted to know if she did something wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. And she did tell us a little bit about your guys' night together, going to dinner and ordering a bunch of food and having a lot in common.
Yeah.
Pretty vague, I know, but it's kind of what we know.
I mean, we had a good time. You know, we do have a lot in common.
Okay, that was her review of the night, too. Was the kiss at the end of the night lovely?
Yeah, we made out a little bit.
Okay.
And, it felt really nice, and things were going great.
Well, that sounds good. I mean, usually when we do these, though, there's something that was a little bit off, something wrong.
Yep.
There was?
Okay, he's quick to answer on all of this.
You mean like during the date there was something off?
No, this is just kind of embarrassing.
Oh.
Embarrassing?
It turned out that we had a little more in common than I would have liked to know. We had a great time. We did have a great time. Okay, she's a wonderful girl. She was kind of naturally hilarious. She ordered the same wrap twice without realizing it.
Oh, yeah, she told us about
Adorable.
that.
Yeah, she told us that.
Yeah.
And she let me have a bite. It was delicious. So, I mean, I totally get it.
Okay. Well, what's the part that weirded you out?
So I got home and I was talking to my roommate about the date and how it went great. And he's like, oh, yeah, show me this girl. So I bring up a profile and I show him. And, I mean, it's like his eyes just went wide as saucers. And I was like, what?
Oh, no. Did he know her?
And he was like, dude.
He knew her.
No, he didn't know her. It was kind of weird. I wish he had known her. But he was like, dude, do you not see it? Like, she's your doppelbanger. And his words.
Doppelbanger?
Is that a doppelganger that you bang?
Yeah.
I was like, what is a doppelbanger? And he was like, bro, she looks exactly like you. Like, you would be banging yourself if you dated her.
Well, actually.
I know couples like that, though, and it works for them. I totally know couples that look...
all blonde couples look alike.
Yeah, it says a blonde. Yeah.
You're telling me you're not attracted to yourself, Scott?
That's kind of what weirded me out at first. Was that it put me in this self-reflective mode, which was a little scary. But he was like, no, seriously, like put your picture right next to hers. And I put them side by side in like a Big Stitch app. And it was like a Twilight Zone episode.
No.
Oh, my God.
And I was so freaked out, but she's so nice. I didn't know how to be like, hey, so you're my long-lost twin, so I can't date you.
But I've heard that it's just like evolution. Like people want to be attracted to people who look like them simply because they want their babies to look like them. Whoa. You know, like it's. Whoa.
Yeah, that's why Brooke only dates in her own family. It's what she's attracted to.
My husband does not look like me, but.
Bro, if you think about it, she's also very big-headed because she told us she thought you were hot.
Oh,
which means she thinks she's hot.
Well, good for her. That's confidence.
That's the thing. She's beautiful.
So you are into it.
So you would make a lovely woman then, Scott.
I mean, I've been told that I have nice lashes.
Okay. I think you can still make this work if you can get over this hump.
I don't know.
Look, it's one of those things. At first, I would have been like, no, you're wrong. It's fine. We're going to keep dating. But after seeing us side by side, I cannot unsee it. It's like a psychological trip, man.
Sure, you guys look alike. That's one obstacle. I'm curious if you guys sound alike. And we can compare voices right now because she's on the other line wanting to talk to you.
They're going to harmonize.
Hi.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's meant to be.
Wait, who's talking? I can't tell.
Scott, is this some type of joke? Like, this is a joke. I don't get it.
It's not. I'm sorry. Look, if you don't believe me, like,
are you serious?
Seriously, take our pictures and put them right next to each other.
Send her the picture you took, bro.
I am.
No, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I have friends that look alike, and you put in a picture and they look alike. But when you're actually in life, they don't look alike because their personalities, their animation, the way they talk is so different. Yeah. And so I don't understand.
I know.
But we only went out once. Like, maybe give it another chance and see. And then maybe if we can't get past it. But I think when we're with each other in person, you'll see that the way that we act is different.
I mean,
if you have good chemistry, is it because you're twins?
No, come on.
What are you really worried about, Scott? Like, what's the worst thing that could possibly happen if you go out with Carolyn?
People are going to think that I'm making out with my sister. Like, we'll be in the park.
No.
That might be a treat for some people, though. Don't think of only the people that aren't going to like it. Think of people that will like it.
Yeah, it depends on what area of the country you're in.
Scott, all you have to do is change your hair color.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like people always think my husband looks like Jeffrey, and they don't look anything alike when they're in person. Sometimes their pictures look similar, but if one of them were to dye their hair blonde, nobody would know it any different. You know?
I think this is the first time we've ever asked a listener to change their hair color on a date just so that they could get another chance. Why stop there? Let's do cosmetic surgery too.
Oh, it's just
You want to get a nose job? How about a chin lift?
We're paying a lot more people to call in for that.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a plastic surgeon gift card flying around.
If this
glad
is
you
a
guys
deal
are having
breaker,
fun,
then I guess,
Sorry.
maybe then I just think it's a shame to waste such good chemistry because you just don't meet people you connect with like that. And if you're willing to just let that go because of a perceived doppelbanger, then maybe you're not the person I thought you were.
Ooh, come on, Scott. That's a challenge. I hear a challenge right there.
I am happy to continue our relationship, but like on a family level.
Oh, what?
Family
Now,
level.
Never heard that before on the show. What does that mean?
Like I would love to continue our relationship, like as friends, so that I could just bring you home to meet my parents because it will blow their minds.
Oh.
Wow.
He wants you to meet the parents on date two.
That's going to be a hard pass. So I'm just going to say, I guess I dodged a bullet and you're not the person I thought you were.
Come on, imagine her walking in the door first and her parents are like, Scott, did you make a life decision and not tell us?
Sounds like a sibling rivalry is happening.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
You are making it worse. Both of you.
Clearly, I'm not going to come out on top on this, so I'm just going to just bow out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Carolyn. That sucks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe next time don't call a radio station to figure things out.
Don't let your roommates dictate who you go out with based on a picture.
Oh, wow.
This is getting...
I think
Fair
she
enough.
actually wins that burn.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Is it too late to ask if you guys want to go out on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Oh, that's right. We never asked.
Is that too late?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
When you're there, you're family.
Yeah, oh, hey!